Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Good Morning Xbox. I'm Axel1324, and what a fantastic week this was. It was the end of not E3. And Terry, how are you doing today?
Doing fantastic.
All right. And Scrub, welcome. How are things going?
Things are going great. Welcome, everybody. Good morning. Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day, yes. And let's not forget about Eternal Shaddai down there. Hey, Eternal Shaddai, how are you today?
Just fine. Just sitting in here waiting for the subject.
The subject is all Xbox all the time. That's all going there.
X marks the spot.
Yeah, my internet showed me a little weird symbol.
Yep.
I don't know what's going on. I might have to relaunch the app, but we'll see what happens. Um, so not E3 happened. We saw a lot of showcases, but this is an Xbox show. We're going to talk about the Xbox games only. So that is what we're going to focus on for now. For now, let's check in with our MVP chat. Of course, my buddy Doggy Dog 420 joins us at 7:35 a.m. Woo, man, does this guy sleep or what? Good morning, Doggy. Thank you so much for joining us. We got Back from the Dead in here saying hello. Hello, Back from the Dead. We got Crazy Greek Dude. Good morning. We have Jesse Darby saying hi to Doggy. We got Casket Repair saying good morning to everybody. Jay, the graphic god, comes in saying good morning to his GUG family. Thank you so much to everybody. So, guys, it was the Xbox and Bethesda Games Showcase, and they changed up the format. They announced it at the beginning of the show, which was nice, but it's definitely something they never did before, and that is the 12-month format. What did you think about this format, Terry? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Pros and cons.
I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it. I know like Phil, he announced that he plans on having like new stuff like monthly or whatever, but at the same time, I don't like the idea of having to wait a year for stuff. Like, well, we're always gonna have to wait for stuff, but I don't know. I don't really. I guess a year isn't too bad. It's when they get to like 3 years plus. It's like, why are you telling me about it? I don't know. 12 months. I don't know. I really don't have an opinion. I'm kind of indifferent.
Indifferent about the 12-month format. All right, Scribners, do you have an opinion on the 12-month format?
Oh, I definitely have an opinion on the 12-month format.
All right.
One thing is because we've been doing, 18 months out, some of the stuff been announced 2 years ago, 3 years ago. When you then go abruptly to a 12-month format, it's like listening to a quarterly report for stock investors. All you're doing is telling me stuff I already know about.
Right.
You're just saying, in this next month, such and such will come out. Last 2 months ago, we brought out this, and this. And I'm not saying you're not giving me excitement, but part of E3 is telling me what's about to come out, which a lot of times we know, give us more information with gameplay, maybe a sizzle reel, and then show us what's in the future. This show did not give us what's in the future as far as we were hearing rumors about people saying, oh, all these studios have come out with trailers or this, and that, this, and that. And we didn't see anything. When you do that 12-month right at the beginning of the show, to me, all of a sudden, I was like, oh, well, I guess it's going to be a bunch of, yeah, it was like, I guess there's a bunch of stuff I already know about. And if it's going to be the next 12 months, it's like, well, there's not going to be that much shown. But I can go into some more in depth about the show in general. But yeah, when they dropped it to 12 months, but it was good what they did with those 12 months.
Okay, there you go. Eternal Shaddai, what did you think of the 12-month format?
Actually, it was the first it was the first time, and I'm with Scrub. It felt like an investor quarterly meeting and anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it's pretty much it is really good to know what is coming, especially since games are not releasing until next year.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, that's not something that we wanted it to see or hear. It's more like, what are you giving us from June to December? That's something that we really, that's the reason why we like watching E3 for those type of things. Not one of those, just here's a screenshot and pretty much it, and let's go for the next one. It's that's like telling us like, here you go, shut up. You know what I mean? That's the way. I don't know. That's sometimes that's how I feel. Like, okay, you just gave us this, but what about your other studios? What happens with those? You know, you just gave us State of Decay 3. Yeah, it's a trailer, but at least give us something. Not just like, okay, you know what? Here's a filler, here's a bridge, and then after that, we're not gonna hear from you, for the next few months. But it's okay. It's okay, but I don't know how I feel about that. If people like it, I know we might see it next year the same way, just to keep us shut. But I don't know. It's good, thank you for letting us know what's coming in, but as you can see very clearly, some of them will actually let you know which one is going to Game Pass, and some of them they don't. So that's a heads up too that they gave us. So that's a good thing, but that's a format that I rather do it. They should have done it on their second event on Tuesday. That's when everything start winding down. Just give us that, but not on the main event. That's something that shouldn't be there. That's the way I feel about it. What about you, Axel?
Hold on. So what shouldn't be there? I guess
the little format, the little picture, the little picture with the 12 months. So that's something that shouldn't be there. That just mean, like I said, it's okay to give us that, but if you're trying to talk about those 12 months, that's something that they should have kept it for the second event, not for the main event.
Okay. So my opinion, thank you so much for your opinion there, Shaddai. My opinion really comes down to, I kind of liked it. A lot of things we saw, like Fable, we saw the CGI trailer, and that's a game that I really, really, really wanted to see this E3, and I didn't see it. That tells me that Fable's more than a year out. It sucks I didn't get to see more Fable, but at the same time, it's kind of, I guess, nice to kind of know, well, at least it's not coming out in the next 12 months, so I don't have to plan for it. It's not going to surprise drop. And then we don't get some weird thumbnails either, like Elder Scrolls 6 was announced with a thumbnail, but Lord knows that's not coming out for like another 10 years, right? So you start to get a more focused approach to it. I do like that they went full gameplay with it. That was really nice for me, because it's nice to know what these games will actually play like, so we can actually get a feel for what we want. Like, it's not just a hype sizzle reel. It's, this is what you're going to be doing. Is this something you enjoy doing? So you can make decisions on whether this game is going to be for you or not, right? Because a lot of trailers look awesome, and then you get to play them, and the gameplay loop just kind of doesn't hit where it should, right? So I kind of like that they show gameplay on it. So I enjoyed that. It does kind of kill the buzz, though, because they announced a lot of these games so far in advance that there are no surprises, as Scribner said, right? We got Starfield Red from Xbox first party. We got Starfield, Redfall. Is it Redfall?
Yeah, it's Redfall, Starfield, and Motorsport.
Forza Motorsport 8, which I'm super excited about. And that new Obsidian game, Pentiment. Yeah, so from the big Xbox first party studios, that's where we are right now. And it's good, I suppose, but we already knew all that. Especially if you listen to podcasts, you knew that Pentiment was coming. You knew that it's a crime murder mystery, all this stuff. And usually people who are who listen with us, they know all this stuff already too. So it was nothing new, but nothing bad. But I did enjoy the 12-month format. I hope they keep it in the future. When XO comes around, I hope they do the 12-month format then as well, so that way we see another 6 months into the future. And like if they have a show quarterly, if they start having quarterly shows or every half year, it's going to be even better, in my opinion.
I can see if they do it well, it could really help with transparency, because that's a big issue we have with studios is they tell us we have a game coming and then we literally don't hear anything for like forever and we don't even know if they're still working on it. So to have more updates could be a positive thing, even if it's not much different than what we heard before. It's like good faith, so we know that they're still working on it at least, versus being left in the dark.
Yeah, maybe they need to have like an Xbox far future show or something like that, or something like that where they can show stuff like just thumbnails. That would be a way to kind of satisfy some people.
You'd have to do that in XO, or then eventually put that back in the E3. That's part of the E3. Just think of your favorite movie franchises.
Mm-hmm.
News comes out for a movie way ahead. If you say you like the comic book movies, oh, the new Avengers movie is going to come out 2 years from now. Here's the trailer, boom, and then everybody's hyped and excited for it. And I think that part of the show was missed with them not having it, like I said, and it's mainly because it was basically everything that we already knew. If they'd say from now on, this is how we're going to do the shows, I think it'll work out. But the first time, it just really had a downside to it because of that.
Because we already knew.
Right, because we already knew. But then the fact that we know that this won't be at the coming this year, Redfall. We knew that Starfield was not going to be there. We didn't know where any of our racing games with Forza is going to be. When you now go all 2023, you go, it's a big letdown. And it would be nice to say, all right, yeah, we know we don't have these for you, but look what's coming. We got this, and this. And I'm not asking for another Hellblade trailer or something, but you got to give us something, because it just has a real big lull to the show when it's, and you can see it when they were putting in all these trailers in there that seemed to be stuff we already know or wasn't really just I don't need to see that Sea of Thieves had another added piece in there. Minecraft Legends, yes, you have a new game, but if they just said, oh, we're adding this character to Minecraft, I'm gonna be like, okay, I already know Minecraft is a thing. There's a lot of stuff that they put in the middle of that show where it's like, really? This is what we're talking about right now.
To counter argue what you say about Sea of Thieves, well, I love Sea of Thieves. First off, I'm Pirate Legend first year. I played it for 3 years.
Extended show.
I was very much, I do enjoy Sea of Thieves a lot. And while I've moved on from Sea of Thieves after 3 years, right? Sea of Thieves has 30 million monthly active players. That season 7 announcement matters to potentially 30 million people. While it might not be us because we've moved on or never had any interest in it, it's there for them, and I think it's important that those things are there for them. And remember, Microsoft is going this live service route a lot. Call of Duty is going to start getting this kind of stuff when it becomes things like
it shouldn't be in the main show, and I love Call of Duty. If they do season 3 map pack, I don't think that needs to be on the main show. And plus, these games are so powerful. This is how you can keep hype up for your brand and whatever. Either you can put in the extended show, or you could sit there and go next Tuesday, 30-minute show about whatever. 30-minute show about this. And I think
do feel that the Sea of Thieves announcement was a little underwhelming, because last year they did the tall tale with the Pirates of the Caribbean. That was huge.
That was good.
And this year it was just as you said, season 7. So I do agree with you that it could have moved over to a sub show, an after show, something. But if they have another Tall Tales with a big franchise, I think it needs to be in the main show.
But that's the
I
reason
agree.
why they have
I
a
agree.
that's why they have a second show. You could actually balance it out. So at the same time, you want to hype even more on the extended. You have to balance it out, especially when Microsoft have that many studios. They could have this much to show on the main show, but at the same time, I could have the other half to be on the extended to pretty much keep on with the hype. So you could add the add-on there, and you could keep the add-on show there. And that was something that I was talking with shout out to Timmy and Redder, because I was talking about that. I'm like, there's certain things that you could do. I know it's not easy, but you could, and I know they said that you cannot please everybody, but at the same time, but that's the reason why they gave us an extended one. Balance it out. You have this many you have this many studios, not until the Activision situation, gets settled, and that's, even the show is gonna get even bigger that, for next year. But concerning about this one, you could actually balance it out with games that we're waiting for or we're expecting for them to show for the main event, and the rest of it, like Nurse said, with the Sea of Thieves, with the Grounded, keep it on the extended one, because those we already knew the Grounded was going to be out of the beta anyways. It goes to the sub, but that's the reason why it's called Xbox Bethesda. Is supposed to be center for that, and if anything that is added like that, it goes for the extended. Don't use that as a bridge just to extend, your event. That it just doesn't look right. It just doesn't look right.
When it comes to like these shows, I feel like, I can't speak for everyone, but I feel that majority of the gamers that watch these showcases, they just only care about the new IPs that are coming out. You know what's new, or even if it's not a new IP, like the continuation, like the next sequel coming out. So for like the filler stuff, but it's just like add-ons, they could really just have the devs go live on their own channel after the showcase is over and do their deep dive on that crap. And then the fans of that game can go and watch it, because, I mean, yes, 30 million people might care about the Sea of Thieves thing, but, there's over 1 billion gamers. So it's like, it's just wasting everybody else's time. So just have those fans go and watch it so that way they still get their content and it's not wasting everybody else's time for add-ons.
And the 30 million is 30 million people have played Sea of Thieves. I'm one of those 30 million that have played Sea of Thieves, but it doesn't intrigue me anymore. But like here's like one of my big pet peeves of the show. As Dusk Falls, we've shown that game multiple times in other E3 shows, and then we show it again. You didn't really show me hardly anything extra in the trailer you showed. Then you gave an extended talk during the middle of the show, and then what did you do? You went to the extended and talked about it some more. You wasting time. It almost seemed like you put stuff in the show to make sure it was 90 minutes long. I think it would have done a lot better if you would have taken stuff out and made it 60 minutes, 65-minute show, more concise. But we're going to talk about these games. Let's keep going. I don't want to drag it out.
I still stand by that. Remove the filler, put the filler on its own little side thing. People want to watch it, they can watch it, and then if they have to have a certain time frame, then spend a little bit more time talking about the new stuff. Instead of doing like a quick little, we're going to show a logo and that's it. You know what I mean? Like
the Adams show.
Tell us your vision. I mean, even if you haven't even started making the game yet, what do you envision it to be? Talk about something.
The only MVPs that is actually for that show, it was pretty much the Xbox Game Publishing. That's pretty much it. That's the MVP right there for that show.
Game Pass is MVP.
That's right. Game Pass is the GOAT. What's that album? There used to be a music album by a punk rock group. It was like All Killer No Filler, I think is what it was called. Yeah, I'll kill it, no filler. That's what we need next time. All right, let's move on. All right, so I put a poll up in the chat. Let me go ahead and end it here. But it looks like 71% of our audience enjoyed the 12-month format, and 28% did not. Let's check in with the chat. Talking about the chat. Oh my gosh, I lost my spot. Skywalker UAV1 joins us. Hey, good morning. Thank you so much for stopping by. Retro Nerd stops by. What's going on? Redders comes in. We were playing Turtles yesterday. Shout out to Redders. Jesse Darby says, I think their general audience now is not a cinema. We got to be patient because we know the games that are coming out. They're trying to get casuals. Yeah, I think so. I think they're trying to get casuals. The casual gamer is the moneymaker.
But the casual gamer doesn't watch the show.
Yeah,
as much. Yeah, casual gamers don't watch. They get the IGN story, 3 days later, or IGN or whoever has a video showing a recap of the show.
Or they might just look up, okay, what's coming out this month?
Exactly.
Jesse Darby says we won't.
I'm ready for something new.
Jesse Darby says we won't get gameplay from Fable or Perfect Dark until the end of 2023. You might be correct, sir. You might be correct.
I agree.
Yeah. Cerebral Paul, of course, he would be with us, but he is out with kidney stones. But he's in the chat. Everybody, make sure you hashtag pineapples. Make sure you give him those pineapple emojis where you tag him. Make him feel better. We all know he got those kidney stones from eating so many pineapples. So
on his pizza.
On his pizza,
yeah.
That's right. Let's see, where was I? I lost my spot here. Tony Grosser joins us. Hey, Tony, thank you so much for stopping by. Cerebral Paul prefers the 12-month format. Games that are close. Saw no downside, really, for me. I agree with Paul, but it was missing a super mic drop moment because, that's usually what the way out trailers do. Like when Fable came out and closed the show, I believe it was last year, 2 years ago. Man, that was a mic drop moment for me because I love Fable.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So let's see what else. Mr. Joanna Dark joins us, and he says, "Happy Father's Day to all the peeps who are dads in the chat." Who else we got in the chat? We got, I think that's it. Oh, Splendiferous shows up. Shout out to Splendiferous. Thank you so much. Sorry, guys, there was a lot of talking here, so I'm trying to go through this as fast as I can. And I believe so. I believe Cerebral Paul here is talking about Sea of Thieves, saying that what they do show may draw people into or back into the game. He could be right. Some people might want to check it out to see the changes. And, Sea of Thieves is one of those games that I was addicted to a lot. We got Happy Cloud Gamer joining us saying, great Xbox Showcase. There was important info that was there. There definitely was. Mm-hmm. All right, let's get into the meat and potato of the games.
Lemon is there too, so shout out to Lemon.
Where is he? Did I miss him?
I mean, not Lemon, Dirt.
Dirt. There we go. Yeah, Dirt. Hey, good morning, Dirt. Thank you so much for stopping by, Dirt. Appreciate you.
Morning.
That's right. Oh my God, the other day Dirt was doing a live show, right?
Yeah.
Instead of spelling his name DIRT, he spelled it, where it showcases it, DURT, Dort.
Oh yeah.
It's nice that he has a great
sense of humor
about himself.
Yep.
And he says that Kojima was a mic drop moment.
Yes,
I would agree if I saw some games, but me personally, Dirt, I think Kojima's washed. I think he was influential in the industry. He's definitely a genius, but I think his best games are behind him. We'll see. I hope I'm wrong. That's how he spelled it. All right. Let's get into the show, guys. So 30 games or so were shown. So we got to see 30 games or so. And there's the hype reel. Can I fast forward through the hype reel? Where's the fast forward button, YouTube? And the first game that they showed was Redfall. And let's go down the line to see what everybody thinks about Redfall. Terry, what do you think about Redfall?
As for me, I have no interest in this game.
Pass. All right.
Zero interest.
And we got a lot of games to cover, guys. So if we don't talk about it, that just means we're not interested. Okay. Shaddai, Redfall.
Actually, my first reaction towards that game was, well, Back for Blood, and you know what?
Blood, right?
Yeah, so I'm like, you know how fast Back for Blood kind of collapsed, and I, it seems interesting. Not for nothing, it does look very interesting.
Mhm.
Will I play it? No, because it's like right now they're trying to create a lot of Left 4 Dead clones, but
Mhm.
they're flopping so bad, and that's why I mentioned Back for Blood. Is this one gonna be the same as Back for Blood? I don't know. It does have some similarities there,
Mhm.
but that's a no for me. That's a no for me. There are better games in this.
Okay.
They might find an audience for this, but no, that's actually pass for me. Good game, but no. Starfield took pretty much the hype from Redfall.
Okay. So that's a no from Shaddai.
Nope.
Scribners, Redfall. You playing it?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm definitely playing it. I think for what it has shown so far, it looks pretty good. Um, One thing, just what they've shown right now looks better than Back for Blood. I
Mhm.
do see why they said they need more time. Yes, not as much as frame rates, but they can make the game look better. What pushed me more than anything was afterwards the show when they were saying that you don't have cross progression. Only the person who's hosting the game gets the progression. Once you back out, you might get a skin or a gun that you picked up in the game, but you start back over. And that's the only thing I don't like is the progression. But me seeing the gameplay, it made me more excited because I was one of those people of, oh, I hope it's not back for blood. Also, what I like that they said too is you're not pigeonholed of you have to have all four team members to play the game. Somebody has to be forced to play this one or this one, depending on who hit the button first on the
Right.
character pick. So if you have four people with a girl who has the elevator and
Yeah,
her
the
pick,
psionic
y'all all
powers.
yeah,
Yeah.
y'all all four can play that, and everybody can play with the character that they like and play through. So I think that was a great choice in that. So I'm excited for it. We'll see how it does when it comes out, but I would love it if they would fix that progression.
Right. Redfall for me. Now I love Arcane, but Redfall is a pass, even still for me. I just nothing is gonna capture that Back for Blood love for me, I think. I think I'm jaded. So yeah, Redfall is a pass for me. Let's check it with the chat because I did ask the chat what they think of Redfall in a little questionnaire. Splendifer says I wasn't even interested in Back for Blood. Dirk Gregory says Arcane don't miss. I love Arcane as well, but for some reason these co-op shooters, I'm just not into it.
But that's why it's in Game Pass. You can
Yeah.
try it out and see if you like it or if you don't. I'm just saying.
If you ever wanted to hear me rage, you should have heard me play Back for Blood. Holy cow, dude! I was not kidding. I was cursing up a storm. I was, I was. Uh, it was probably
This
the most recent rage that I've ever heard myself do. I
this will be
immediately
better.
uninstalled. Like I've never quit a game and just uninstalled it as fast as I did Back for Blood. Hated it. So maybe this game style is just not for me. All right. So are you hyped for Redfall? We got 80% yes, 10% no, and 10% meh. So most people are hyped for Redfall. Shout out to them. They're not wrong. It's just not for me, not for Terry, but it is for Scrub.
I've never uninstalled a game faster than Crossfire X. I'll put that out.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Up next is a little indie game. You might have heard of it called Hollow Knight, and this is the sequel that was supposed to be a DLC, but it's turned into a full-on game, and that is Silksong. Terry, you are the resident indie person. Do you like Hollow Knight, and are you looking forward to Silksong?
I am not. I don't do the side-scrolling platformers are not my thing. Like I applaud them on doing such a great job, and I love the art style, but I cannot play these games.
You cannot play these games? All right. Uh Scrubners, Silksong. Is this for you? Did you play the first one? Do you even care? No, all right.
Hold on.
Not even any
Hold on.
words.
Yeah. Hold on. I have my mic muted. To me, it looks great. It's in the same style of Ori, so I like to play the games just to see what they look like. But this is not a game that I would say, "Oh, I gotta play it. Gotta play all the way through."
No.
But
All
for the
right.
folks who
Well,
like it, I'm happy for them. Yeah.
all right. Looks like I'm going to be the lone person in this chat because I love Hollow Knight. I love the art style. I like the music. I love the gameplay. The gameplay is tight. It's a Metroidvania. I do like my Metroidvanias. And the more I look at this game, the more trailers I see of this game, it's fantastic. And out of all the games in the showcase, this is the only one I believe that didn't get a release date or a release window.
Yeah, because
So
that's what I'm saying. It's not in the. It says 12 months, but I don't know if that's going to make the 12
yeah.
month because they didn't even have a window.
Yeah, Team Cherry, the people who make Hollow Knight, at first it was only 3 people, so shout out to them for growing their studio with such a fantastic game. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this game. I played the first Hollow Knight, I beat it on Steam, and I moved on. I might replay it again on Xbox just to get the achievements, but I don't know if I'm going to go searching as much as I did in the first one, because nothing beats that first playthrough, that first playthrough magic. But I am excited for Hollow Knight. The bosses look harder. I got to tell you, they look faster than they did on the original one, and the bosses are not anything to laugh at in Hollow Knight. So if they're faster in this one, I'm in trouble. I am in trouble. Yeah. Happy Cloud Gamer says, I think Hollow Knight would be great for xCloud touch controllers. Maybe. Maybe. Let's check in with Paul. Paul, be sure to type in everything you think about these games. I will put you up, sir. He says, I'm with Terry. No love, or in my case, ability to do side scrollers. All right, so Hollow Knight's a pass for Paul. And let's see. Back to Cloud Gamer. Hollow Knight might be too fast of a game on Cloud, but the Cloud is getting much better. I was playing Turtles on Cloud the other day with almost no lag. It is definitely getting there. So yeah, and he says, I just suck at these games. Reddish TV says. By the way, guys, I will be on Reddish show next week on Friday. Be sure to catch me at 2 p.m. over on their YouTube channel. I'll post the link here after the show. Reddish, go ahead and let the people know what your podcast is, where it is, and I will put you up on there. All right, here we go. Moving on to the next game. A nice little indie title here, and we're fast rolling through these guys, okay? Squanch Games presents High on Life. Terry, are you excited for High on Life?
People are gonna hate me because I'm passing on this one too. I don't watch the show. It's Rick and Morty is not my type of humor. I don't like these kind of things. I think the animation and everything looks fantastic, but no, I'm just not a fan of their humor, and it's just not for me.
Oh my goodness, Terry. Okay. Scrub, bring us back. Are you hyped for High on Life?
I do want to play this game. As somebody who does watch Rick and Morty, I love this. I think putting this in Game Pass and having that day one, I think you're going to bring in a lot of people who love that the show and that humor as well. Is it weird? Is it goofy looking? Yes, and I think that's the appeal of it. The humor with the knife, yeah, stab.
Yeah.
I laughed. I couldn't help but laugh. So yeah, I do want to try this. It looks. I like all the colors and the different characters and the people you're fighting against. So I do want to try this out. Definitely.
All right, so this is go for Scrub. I loved this. Rick and Morty is amongst one of the greatest shows of all time. I love their humor. I think it's like that sarcastic, dry humor that some Americans love. And the thing about the humor is that one of them is super serious about it and the other one is not. It's just so funny.
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, go ahead, Paul. Go ahead, Scrub.
It has guns, so I'm gonna play it. So
That's right. And new kinds of guns you've never shot before.
Exactly.
Like right there, it looks like you're reloading your gun by feeding them. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, they're a race of Gungians or something like that. And I love the fact that the gun is talking to you. So like, I'm very interested in the game because it feels like instead of the narrative being driven forward by NPCs you meet in the game, it's literally going to be driven forward by the guns you acquire in the game or you rescue. And then you get to use the gun you rescue or the knife you rescue. And he also looked to be using a grappling hook that was made out of one of these items. So it's really interesting game. I really like it. If it has the humor I think it's going to have, I'm going to like it even more. But this is definitely a day one download for me. I can't wait to play it. I'm very interested in how they're driving the narrative forward in this game and the humor. I mean, look at this guy. He has people for hands. It's just funny. So High on Life. When I first saw this trailer, I was laughing, but I didn't know if it was going to be for me. And the more I watch it, the more I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm definitely going to play this game. So let's see. We got Cerebral Paul says, looking forward to it. Love Solar Opposites and Rick and Morty. The extended gave more info. Yeah. And as soon as I squanched, I knew it was from that group. So there you go.
Yeah, the extended was pretty good. I enjoyed the extended.
That's right. Reddish TV, I can't wait for High on Life. One of the best games shown off, in my opinion. Yep, I gotta agree. Doggy Dog says, game looks good. Let's see. Tony Grosso says, I've never seen Rick and Morty, but I'm pumped for High on Life. Yeah, you can definitely be. And but Terry goes, Borderlands had talking guns and they were so annoying to me. Hard pass. Yeah. I don't know. Borderlands, I feel, especially Borderlands 3, kind of tried a little too hard to be funny instead of just being funny.
It can be annoying. Cyberpunk has a gun in there that talks to you, and after a while, you just want to shut it up.
I swear, if this gun is like, you know what we should do? We should go over here. When I'm exploring, I'm going to be very upset. High on Life is a great game. I want to play it. Day and Date looks like a AAA game. This is definitely a AA game. It's an indie, but doesn't matter. Indies drive the industry forward. I mean, who would have thought of doing talking guns if it wasn't for an indie? So I love my indies. All right, so I asked the question, are you hyped for High on Life? 69% said yes, so appropriate for this kind of game.
Perfect, yeah.
15% said no, and 15% said meh. So there you go. High on Life. Moving on. All right, up next was, moving on, maybe? There we go. Up next was the Riot Games announcement for coming to Game Pass, or teaming up with Game Pass, I should say. Now, Riot Games has 150 million active monthly users, so this is a huge bump for Game Pass potentially with this partnership. Terry, Riot Games, do you play any of their games? Do you care for Riot Games?
I do not. Again, I don't. MOBAs and the competitive shooter stuff is not my thing.
All right.
Riot's another pass. I'm sorry, it's not my style.
Terry.
It's not my style. I don't play them. I'm sorry.
Poor Terry, she was sleeping this whole show so far.
I was honestly, I just to give a big disclaimer because we have a lot of games to go in. I honestly was not pleased with the showcase. I was bored. I'm sorry.
All right, so Terry, this was not her showcase. Nurse, Riot Games announcement, team up. What do you think?
Well, I'll definitely talk about how I felt for the show in general. So might be surprised after we talk about all the games. We'll see. But I do want to make a disclaimer. This is coming to Game Pass PC.
PC, yep.
This is PC. This is all PC. Most people that watch this show, they might have PCs. They might have Xbox Unlimited $15 where you can play anywhere. I mean, Ultimate, but they're playing on console. This is more maybe, if you say, a future thing, if they might port some of this stuff to a console eventually. But for all of this being on PC, I don't see a bunch of PC players say, oh, I got to get Game Pass now to play these same games. The only thing I think that would do that is because all the heroes are unlocked. And if you're playing this on PC and you're buying the characters or you're saving up whatever credits to unlock these characters, if you get it on Game Pass PC, all the heroes are unlocked. And I don't know how many people that'll draw to. I think this will be more stated for an announcement or put it on an extended show. I think this will be great down in the future, possibly, but when it's only on PC, I think that takes away from it. Because even me, so many people go, "Oh, Valorant, man, you gotta play Valorant," but it's like, "Oh, Valorant's only on PC." You know, I got some laptops that can play it, but I don't have the setup on PC where I can just rig out everything, max settings, blah 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 blah. To me, I'm like, okay, whatever. So, it's great to know. To me, putting that on there, they could have, instead of wasting it felt like almost 4 or 5 minutes on the announcement. I think that could have been done in a minute. Hey, I'm from Valorant Games, but not
Right.
Valorant, but I'm from Riot Games, and we are going to drop League of Legends is big, Valorant is big, and say, hey, we're all now coming to Xbox Game Pass PC, and you'll be able to unlock all the heroes, and then you just do the quick sizzle reel. But for them to go that in depth in it, I think that was a misuse of time. Like I said, it felt like they were trying to extend the show.
All right. Well, I am going to completely go the polar opposites here and say I 100% disagree with the Scrum Nurse here. I am a huge Riot Game fan. I played League of Legends exclusively for 5 years of my gaming life. So I was really into it. I played from season 2 to season 7, ADC main, gold ranked, all that good stuff. Very competitive. I spent thousands of dollars on skins, that I'm never going to use again. And now I'm playing League of Legends Wild Rift on my mobile phone. It's a fantastic game. And it is a big deal to me. Teamfight Tactics, I played that. Valorant, I haven't played because it's so competitive. I'm afraid to get into it because I know myself. I'll just get angry if I can't get good at it. And Legends of Runeterra, card games are just not for me. That's just the one Riot property that I don't really care much about. But I think Riot Games is a huge, huge announcement because Riot Games is a service company and Microsoft is, trying to transition a lot of their games towards that. Riot Games has launched 6 games and 5 out of those 6 games have been bangers. So they very rarely miss. And Valorant, unlocking all the agents, that's $130 value. And if you think you don't have to grind on Valorant to unlock these agents, you're wrong. You have to grind.
That's what I was saying. That's the biggest part of the announcement is having unlocked heroes.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, so that's $130 value-ish, right around there. So right there, that's a whole year worth of Game Pass PC at $9.99, I believe it is, for them. So that's a huge deal for me. And 130 million active users that can now link their Xbox account with their Riot account. This will be fantastic. And maybe this is the beginning of bringing these games over to console. Maybe Valorant will eventually come to console now that there's a partnership.
That's what I'm thinking. At least that's what I'm hoping for.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say I'm downplaying it, but I'm just saying as far as going toward the Xbox show, I think people will love this. I just don't know because I'm not in this scene how much that will bring people over from the PC that they've already been playing on to say, I got to get Game Pass for PC.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely up to Riot and Xbox, depending on how they advertise this, to draw those people away from just their Riot launcher and to go through the Xbox launcher and then into the Riot launcher, kind of like the way you do on EA with EA Play on PC. You got to go through the Xbox launcher, then it opens up the EA launcher, and then you launch the game. That's, that extra step, PC players are not about that. So we'll see how that happens. But I really enjoyed this announcement. I'm gonna, as soon as I can link my accounts, I will. I'll unlock all these champs and use them, and then I can focus my money on just skins. The games are fun, they're competitive, they're well made, they're polished. They are polished games, guys. They do have some areas where broken. Obviously, in PvP, someone always finds a way to cheese something or to make someone OP. It's just the nature of PvP games. But at least Riot Games always tries to keep that balance in. And if you've never watched the LCS, the League Championship Series or the Valorant Championship Series, there are some clutch plays in there by some very good players. It is super entertaining. So the esports is there, the games as a service is there. This fits exactly what Xbox would want out of a partner, I think.
That's where they'll advertise it. Same with Call of Duty League. That's going to be big for Microsoft once they have ABK. So I think they'll do a lot of advertisement during the championship series.
Absolutely. Before I get into what Paul has said, Shaddai, what do you think about the Riot Games announcement?
There's a lot of them that it doesn't interest me pretty much. I'm not too much of a Riot person, so I'll pass on this one.
All right, so he passes. Let's check in with Paul, well, with the chat. And actually, Mr. Kima joins us. He says, good Sunday morning, Xbox gamers. Good morning, Mr. Kina. Thank you so much. Paul said, this announcement got buried, but it is a big move for Microsoft and Xbox. I fully agree with you, Paul. Me and Paul, we're like this right now. We're in the zone. Happy Cloud Gamer says, it is a big deal. Let's see. Cerebral Paul says, all of Riot is a blend, not just PC. Yeah, a mix between PC and mobile right now, and hopefully soon console, and in specific Xbox. So let's hope that this partnership pays off. And there were 5 games, and they aren't all PC. Absolutely not. Teamfight Tactics I believe, and the card game Runeterra are the only cross-play titles between mobile and PC right now. Let's see. Reddit says, I've never played League of Legends, but I pretty much live on Smite, so maybe I'll check it out now that you can unlock all the characters. Definitely check it out. It's very different from Smite, but yeah, it's very, very good. Happy Cloud Gamer also says, okay, I think the PC port will come to xCloud. They're working on a mouse and keyboard support. Yes, I have mouse and keyboard support to all games on xCloud now. Yeah. The xCloud app works the same anywhere you use it, and it does have mouse and keyboard support. Jago Coogan says this announcement was a waste of time if you only play on console. I can see that. Definitely. Me, I'm a multi-platform player. I play on my mobile phone, on my PC, on my console. Basically anywhere I can play games. So, yeah. But if you're a console-only guy, I can see how this is a letdown for you. Like, this is not really your thing. All right, so let's move on to the next show here. What was the next? A Plague's Tale Requiem. Terry, was this up your alley?
So when it comes to this game, I am looking forward to giving it a go. I'm hoping that this game fixes a lot of the things I disliked about the first one, because the first game, it was good, but it had a lot of flaws. And I really hope that now that they've gotten, more of a fan base and a little bit more of a budget, that they're able to, fix the mechanics a lot better, and make this game what they really and truly intended. Because the first one, like I said, it was okay. It wasn't as good as a lot of people like to say it is, in my opinion. So I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful for this one to change my mind on how I feel about this particular franchise. So I definitely want to play it, just because I did complete the first game. Mm-hmm. So I do want to do a full playthrough of this game. I'm hopeful that I'll enjoy it more than the first.
All right, Scrub, are you going to play A Plague's Tale? I know that doesn't have a lot of pew-pewing in it, though.
No, but they have weapons, and they're doing a lot more takedowns. They have a crossbow now, so which you didn't have in the first one. I'm glad for the visuals and the upgrade that this game has, and for the people that love to play it, great. But it's not one that I'm ready to play. No, but it looks great.
Okay,
it looks great.
All right. Eternal Shaddai, what did you think of A Plague's Tale Rec Room trailer?
I really liked it. The first one I liked it, and this one is even better. So I'm actually looking forward to it until it launches. I will get it.
All right. Now, A Plague's Tale is in my backlog. I have not played it yet. It is in my, play later list that I made on Xbox. I have it downloaded. I'm ready to go because I want to play it before this game comes out because I am interested in this game. I can tell you right now, just looking between the two trailers, because I haven't played it, so all I did is analyze the trailers. The animations look better. The character models look like they have more detail. This is definitely a true sequel for this team. And of course, this is by Asobo. They made Flight Simulator. So it is definitely a team that I have a lot of respect for. So yeah, I think A Plague's Tale is definitely something I want to play. I didn't know the kid had rat powers. I feel like something major was just spoiled for me from the first one. So yeah,
It definitely is a spoiler from the first one. It
Yeah,
definitely
he
is.
actually did.
It's a huge plot point in the story.
yeah, I didn't know
Ruined.
that. I didn't know that when I saw it that he had rat powers. I'm like, oh, did something just get spoiled from the first one? So
Oh yeah, that's major spoiler.
spoiler alert. So yeah, other than that, it looks fantastic. I am interested. It is definitely a download for me, and definitely I'm gonna try it out. Let's check in with our chat. Let's see. Happy Cloud Gamer says, "Oh yes, I am a story single player guy. I am an '80s kid. Yep, excited for this one. First one was fantastic. I have to take your word for it, Jago. As I said, I haven't played it yet, but I'm looking forward to it." Cerebral Paul says, "I love the first. Really hyped for Requiem." Shout out to my mom. She joins in, Lady Luna. She says, "Good morning, guys. Good to see you. Good morning, Mom. Thank you so much for stopping by on your way to church. I know you're on your way to church." Let's see. Yes, he's a rat brat. And Splendiferous says, "Yeah, you just spoiled it for me. Thanks. I didn't do it. They did it. I didn't. Oh, man. I think Asobo made a mistake by showing the rat powers personally, for those of us that haven't played it. I did ask a quiz in the chat. Are you playing the Plague's Tale Requiem? 69% said yes, 30% said no, and 0% said maybe. So there is no middle of the road on this one. You're either yes or no on this one. So shout out to them. All right, let's move on with the show, as I think we still have a lot. All right. Forza Motorsport came they came all engines revving. Terry, are you hyped for this game? Were you impressed with what you saw? Anything like that?
No, I mean we've covered this multiple times. I am not a fan of Forza. They're beautiful games.
Stop using it.
Care about that? It's literally Forza is some of like the most beautiful racing games ever created, but the play style is not for me. They're too simulation, and I'm 100% arcade all the way. I cannot get into these at all.
All right, fair enough. Okay, so Scrubners, Forza Motorsport, as they're calling it, but it's just Forza Motorsport 8 as we know it. Are you hyped for this game?
It's Forza Motorsport. Forza.
That's right.
I am excited for this, to see the visuals, to see how the gameplay. I'm not a simulation racer at all. That's why I love Horizon. But the thing is, when all the Forza tech gets passed down, usually to the next game for Horizon. So guess what? You get Playground Games, get this stuff they can use for the next Horizon game, and possibly they can use some of this stuff for Fable or any other game that they're doing. So I'm excited. This is a game that I would download and definitely like to look at, play through, but I do not get into the weeds of it. So this is one that it's almost like a flight simulator. You get in there just to see what it's like, but that's not a game that I'm really going to be playing. But I'm excited for it, to see the visuals.
All right. Eternal Shaddai, are you excited for Forza?
I personally like what I saw. It has a lot of detail for. I think it's a new engine, but since I'm not a racer, so I will skip this one. That's why I never got into Forza Horizon either. So I'm not a racer.
All
But
right.
it looks good though. But it really does look good.
It does look fantastic. All right, so I'm gonna be the lone one on this one. Paul, back me up, maybe. Help me out here, Paul. Save me. Real quick. So a few months back, Noof Nukem asked if we preferred Forza Horizon or Forza Motorsport, and I believe I was the only one in this panel that went Forza Motorsport. So I'm gonna be playing this game. Forza Tech, the engine, the racing. This is a system seller. It is hands down the best simulator there is, the best looking simulator there is, in my opinion, for cars. And what I saw was nothing less than breathtaking. You know, the fact that there's going to be ray tracing in engine. You know, the Forza games are always the visual showcase of the console, and this is the first time an Xbox console since the 360, I believe, didn't launch with a Forza game, motorsport game. Okay, in the first 12 months. So this is a huge thing for us guys that we're gonna get to see. And when you compare Forza Motorsport 7 to Forza Motorsport 8, this one, it is night and day, guys. A lot of the tricks that they use to kind of limit what was being rendered in front of you have been removed. Now you get to see more open fields. If you got into the nitty gritty, you know that the trees and the backdrop were just 2D images, not really 3D. And this one, they appear to be 3D, at least from the trailers. The lighting, especially here, like this car goes by, you can see the lights are yellow. This car goes by, you can see the lights are like that cool white. That's something that is being done a lot better this time around. So I am really looking forward to playing Forza 8. I can't wait for it. You know, 48 times improvement on the physics engine. You know, you have the made up tracks. This one is Maple Valley. Made up track doesn't really exist. Forza Motorsport 7, I believe, added the Dubai track, which is again a fake one. So yeah, Forza Motorsport, the king is back, baby. As some of the chat have been doing it. Let's check in with the chat. Say yes, Forza! Absolutely, Cloud Gamer. Jesse Darby says, I didn't get devote. I'm going to play it. I think you're talking about Forza. Reddish says,
I think he said to vote. He didn't get to vote.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Reddish TV says, the king has returned, baby. That's right. Happy Cloud Gamer says, I love building the cars. Yeah, I am one of those guys that will spend 2 to 3 hours tuning a car just to race it for 15 minutes. So I am in the nitty gritty. You know, I am over there testing those curves.
Like, nope.
Got to make that turn go faster. Got to keep that back.
Hell no.
Got to keep that back wheel on the ground, not fishtailing too much, not overturning, not underturning. You know what I'm talking about, Happy Cloud Gamer.
But
yeah, go ahead, Scrub.
I will say to everybody in the chat and stuff, we're going, mainly about, is this a game that excites me or is it a game we're playing? This is not a game that I'll particularly play, but to me, this was the best showing, and this was one of the most hyped things I saw in the show for Xbox as far as the ecosystem as a whole. I loved what I saw. It's just not the kind of game I play, but it's amazing. It's amazing.
Absolutely. So Cerebral Paul says Forza Motorsport looks amazing, showing car damage, which used to be frowned upon. Yeah. So shout out to Xbox for getting those car guys to finally allow damage on their cars. And the additional details of tire compound, etc., make me more interested. Yes. But he says he prefers off-track grass, so maybe more of a sorry. Yeah. So maybe a game like Dirt or Forza Horizon is more Paul's style. Yo, Wicked Hot joins us. What's up, people? What's going on? Thank you so much for stopping by. Jago Coogan says, not a huge racing fan anymore, but I'm excited to see all the improvements they have made and the visuals to melt my face off. That's right. That's right. Happy Cloud Gamer switch from Gran Turismo to Forza Motorsport 3. Okay. Oh, yes. Shoot. I got bussed at work and missed the first hour. Hey, it's all right. You're here now. That's all
Busy,
that matters,
yeah.
Crazy.
I got busy.
I guess it
Okay.
means busy. Yeah. Yeah.
Good to see you.
Yeah. So, when I played Forza Motorsport 7 and I'm looking at it, I'm like, man, how can they make this game look any better? Because I played it on the Xbox One X. It was already at 4K. And then they come out with Forza 8, this showcase, and man, those geniuses over at Turn 10, they did it. Those crazy engineers over there, those software guys, they did it. They made it look better. They got me more hyped. To me, this was the star of the show, personally. This stole the show for me. So this was the game of the show for me, was Forza Motorsport 8. So I'm very hyped for it. And let's see who else is hyped for it with me in the chat. I did put up a poll. Are you hyped for Forza Motorsport? 92% said yes. 7% said no. So there you go. Doesn't mean they'll play it. It just means they're hyped for it. So yeah, fantastic. Next, we had a bunch of service games announcement. Flight Simulator with their 40th anniversary, and also introducing the Pelican from Halo into it. And it's getting helicopters, which was, if you're in the Flight Simulator community with me, you know that the addition of helicopters has been something everybody's been asking for. Terri, Flight Simulator, 40th anniversary edition.
Nope, it was another pass.
Pass,
Not my
all
game.
right. Scrub, Flight Simulator, 40th anniversary edition.
Pass.
All right. Shaddai, Flight Simulator, 40th anniversary edition.
Pass.
Am I the only one here that loves simulators?
It looks
Paul
awesome,
loves it.
No,
Yeah,
I
Paul loves
tried
it.
it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
even tried it, but remember that I actually kind of crashed my plane because I couldn't control it. But it's just because I wanted it to give it. I just wanted it to see it. But pass.
All right. So Flight Simulator 40th anniversary, they're working with the Museum of National of Aviation History. They added the Spirit of St. Louis, which I believe is the first one to complete an intercontinental flight.
Yep.
I believe.
Lindbergh.
I think that's what makes it famous. But the big addition is helicopters. If you are a Flight Simulator guy, you know that this has been a big ask from them. I am definitely going to be playing that helicopter, crashing it, just like Shaddai crashes airplanes. I'm excited to take the Pelican out for a flight. I didn't get to play it this week because I am over busy with work right now. And so I am excited for this 40th anniversary edition. I like that it was short, sweet, and to the point. A little 2.5-minute trailer. Nothing too crazy. Keep it nice and sweet for Flight Simulator, as the fun is in the experience. So let's check in with the chat. Going back to Forza, Happy Cloud Gamer says, I hope Microsoft can make VR soon and get Forza game. Absolutely. Agree. Happy Cloud Gamer says, Flight Sim, I love it. Splendiferous is excited for helicopters. British says, this announcement failed. Out of place for him. Happy Cloud Gamer's dream was to be a pilot. Mine too. They told me I'm too blind. This is back before they accepted LASIK for pilots. So simulating was as good as I got. Paul says he's excited to fly copters. So yeah, rotor spin is hard, or so I hear. So yeah, Jesse Darby says I think they should again their own separate little show for DLC or just announced it over a tweet.
Yeah.
Maybe they do need to make a service
It's a
games
person-
show.
Yep. Yeah.
And just include all the service games in there. But for me, this is a fantastic little showing because I do love my Flight Simulator. Over 100 hours flight time. That's right. This is your captain speaking. I may or may not crash, depending on the difficulty I set to the game too. So yeah, there you go. By the way, guys, to play Flight Simulator on the Cessna, I want to fly a Cessna 172. I actually did download, and I am studying a full 172 manual because Flight Simulator is that detailed. You put that bad boy in full sim mode, you need a flight manual. All right, so moving on. All right, so Overwatch 2. This is another game that I think also did not get a release date, but Overwatch 2 was the first of many Activision Blizzard games that we saw at the Xbox and Bethesda Video Games Showcase. Overwatch 2, Terri, You getting your hero on?
Nope. Like I said, I
Nope.
don't play competitive games, man. Not for me.
All right. Nurse.
It was great to see, but I pass. I don't do the hero shooters really. The closest I ever did was Apex, and that was more battle royale. This is not for me, but I'm so excited that it's here.
All right.
This is going to be great for the people that love it. Yeah.
All right. Overwatch. Shaddai. You playing Overwatch? Getting your hero on?
Yeah, actually, yes, I will play, even though there's some other games important better than this one. But I will actually play because I played the first one before, so I will play this one.
All right. All right. Me personally, this is a pass for me because I tried playing this game, and unless you get the right team and you coordinate and strategize, like I can see how it can be deep. It wasn't fun. Playing with randos is not fun. Me trying to figure out how I'm going to be useful was not fun. It's just not for me personally. So this was a pass for me, in my opinion. But if you're into Overwatch, this is fantastic for you because it is being announced for consoles and Xbox. And of course, with Activision Blizzard coming, it will be free to play for us.
Game Pass.
Game Pass, baby. Cerebral Paul says, I don't do Overwatch enough to care. And very excited to hear that it dropped loot boxes in favor of battle passes. It should die working in the prison kitchen.
Pretty much.
All right. Well, there you go. All right. Up next is PC Game Pass announcement of Ara, History Untold. This is a Civilization, Sid Meier's Civilization style game. I do believe this is PC exclusive. I believe it is because this is advertised for PC Game Pass. Terry.
This is what, Humankind or whatever?
No. This is Ara.
Humankind, so they're more the same to me. It's a pass.
All right. Ara. All right. Scrubness, are you going to play this game?
No, this is where the show start dipping for me. No, not playing.
Not playing. All right. PC Game Pass, not for him. All right. Eternal Shaddai, you're going to be playing Ara.
Nah, I will actually be passing this one. I don't play, what is it, a strategy game? I'm not good in strategy games.
It might be a
RTS. It's an RTS. Yeah.
Okay, it's an RTS, yeah. So
I will pass.
So I love me RTSs. I love me 4X games. I love Civilization. I love, StarCraft and all that stuff. I love strategy games. But I can tell you right now, this trailer did not show me anything to hype me. Personally, it just, as Terry said, it looks like another Mankind. It looks like another Civilization. So until I see some gameplay or maybe some reviewers that I trust, this is a pass for me.
And this what makes me mad. They said we're only showing stuff in the next 12 months. This is not going to be out. If you're just doing an announcement trailer, I don't see this being out in 12 months.
Well, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. So yeah, Ara was a nothing burger for me personally. So moving on. The Elder Scrolls Online set sale for High Isle, the High Isle expansion pack. Terry, MMO.
Okay, I actually love ESO, but I haven't played it in a hot minute. I bought all of the expansion packs, and I haven't played any of them. So that's how far behind I am. I keep wanting to go back because it's so fun. It's just, it's an MMO, so you need a squad to play with because a lot of the things, there's a lot of group dungeons and group events, and you can't play that stuff solo. So there's a good portion of the game you can play solo, but any of the stuff that, there's a lot of stuff you can't. And so I fell off, but man, it looks fantastic. And I really hope one day I go back to it and play all those expansions I purchased, but it looks fantastic.
All right, so there you go. Terry's in. All right. Legacy of the Brentons. All right. Scrubners, MMO, ESO. You in, you out? He's out. Thumbs down. All right.
Yeah, for the people that love it, fine, but no, I don't play it.
Okay. Shaddai, you in or you out?
I tried to play this game just out of curiosity,
Mhm.
but because I never played an MMO like this, but I'm out.
You're out. All right, so he's out. I can tell you right now, ESO probably has amongst the worst tutorials I've ever played in my life. But after you get past the tutorial, guys, the game is it's the chef's kiss, guys. So I am part of a guild, an ESO guild called the Tazzy Devils. We do raids, we do daily things if you can make the times. Anybody's invited in our guild to show up. I main tank because I don't know, I just like the strategy of tanking and turning the enemies. I feel that it has a big strategy to it. And I do enjoy ESO, and I like Terry, I bought the pack with all the expansions. But then this one came out and I no longer have all the expansions. Whoops. I'm sorry guys, this went past me. And I no longer have all the expansions. Now I got to spend more money on it to stay with my Tazzy Devils and be doing the raids they do. But yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna buy this one just because money is tight this time of year for me. But if I get the opportunity, you bet your bottom dollar, I am excited for this. I want to buy it. Unfortunately, the expansions are not part of Game Pass, so it is what it is. But I am excited for High Isle. My friends are on the Discord server. I see the videos they post up. I see the pictures they post of them conquering some big old bad guy, and I am so envious right now.
It's
so envious.
It's one of those things where I love it, but it's backlog. It's
Yeah.
backlog. Hopefully
Yeah.
one day I can get back, but yeah.
Yeah, so it's
Backlog.
fantastic. I didn't think I was going to get into it as much as I did, but I did. Oh, gosh darn it, so you got me.
Yeah.
You
It is
sons of guns,
so
you got
good
me.
that it's in backlog.
You just don't know an MMO, man. You can waste 60 hours and not even come close.
An MMO is one of those things where that's the only thing you can play, and I
Give
can't
your
just
life
play.
away.
I can't
Yeah,
just
the
play
rightful
one
way,
game
yeah.
and nothing else. I like to jump
Yeah.
around and play stuff with friends, so that's why it's hard to stay on something like this.
And
Yeah.
there's a lot of people in my guild that only play ESO, period. End of conversation. That's it. So ESO. So Happy Cloud Gamer says, yes, I love ESO. Reddish TV says, I got a bounce catch. I'll catch the replay. Have a good day. Much love. Hey, Reddish, thank you so much for stopping by. Jago Cougar says, hell no, ESO. Jesse Darby says, yeah, it's a no. Happy Cloud Gamer says, I was a big WoW guy, but ESO was the game that took me away from WoW. Love the voiceovers on NPC. Oh, man, they're so exaggerated. It's hilarious. And yeah, the big thing about ESO is you don't need to be in a guild to play, but it is much better with a guild, microphones, all that stuff, especially for the higher level raids, because you can keep increasing that difficulty on that raid if you want some of that epic gear.
And for buying and trading, because whichever guild has the store, they jack up those prices, man, and you can't afford it. So you need a guild to help pitch in to buy stuff, man. Like, it's ridiculous.
No kidding. I do a lot of blacksmithing, and I need blacksmithing materials. In my guild, through the guild stores, you have to trade between the guild stores, right?
Mm-hmm.
But through the guild stores, I find a lot of those hard to find materials. So yeah.
Yep.
Jesse Darby says,
you're gonna pay a pretty penny for them too.
But it's ESO pennies. It's not real money. I mean, it shouldn't be, Terry. I don't pay with real money. I don't know.
No, I'm not saying real money, but it takes a lot of, you
Mm-hmm.
gotta play a lot to save up that kind of money.
Yeah, there is. You're definitely grinding. And then have you seen the what are those points you get, like where you do daily achievements and you get some of the most epic skins in the game? Some of the best skins in the game is, guys, you cannot buy. You have to play. It's in the it's like a little silver medal. I can't remember what it's called. Anyways, I'm trying to save up 1,600 of those, and if you know that, that's about 6 months worth of work.
No,
yeah.
no.
Exactly.
I think they're endeavors.
See, Shaddai, this is why you have to devote your life to an MMO if you want to be serious.
Yeah, that's why I never got into WoW, because I like to do stuff outside of my house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the closest one that I played was pretty much Black Desert. That's the only MMO that I played.
It doesn't come close to this, man. Black Desert, you can play alone and be fine as long as you pay. But this one is there's stuff you got to pay for and stuff you have to play for, and the best stuff you have to play for, because you got to get those daily endeavors, those weekly endeavors to get those endeavor points and get some of that epic skins to show off your awesome mount.
That's why certain games I do not touch because of the time consumption it takes.
Yes, it does.
There's certain stuff, MMOs, I definitely do not touch. There's a lot open world games. There's a lot of open world games I kind of stay away from because the amount of time I have to devote to really play it.
Mm-hmm. It happens. Jesse Darby says we found one she likes. Yeah. Hey, not every game is for everybody, and you know what? We like what we like, and we dislike what we dislike. We're too old to get into. We're too old to start liking new things. I think. Although every now and again I get surprised.
I'm not old.
All right, let's move on. So that was ESO. Up next, Fallout 76 Expeditions: The Pit. Terry.
No, 76 was the no. Pass.
All right. Scrub 76.
No, I think this should have been on the extended show as well as these last couple. No.
All right. Shaddai 76.
That's how deep I am in the pit because that's a no.
That's a no. All right. 76 for me is also a no. I don't even know how many players 76 has or if anybody cares. I know two of my coworkers were really into 76, but they haven't talked about it in a while, so maybe they moved on.
Probably.
So, yeah, there you go. This is one that we're all passing on. So, moving on the show. Forza Horizon 5 Hot Wheels. Terry.
Nope.
Oh no. All right. Scrub Hot Wheels.
Yeah, I'm definitely playing this one. I love this last Horizon has been my least played one. 4, I was like a crack addict on 4, but there's been so many good games. I played open world stuff. I've been playing Cyberpunk and all that stuff, and it took me away from this. This is a game where you can get on, play an hour, get off, get on, play. And the Hot Wheels DLC is a beloved DLC from 3, and Forza just Horizon, they just do a great time every time they put out DLC along with their original game. I'm definitely going to play this one for sure.
All right. Shaddai, Hot Wheels, you playing?
This is just another broom broom, and no, racers for me is not it. So I will pass on this one.
All right. So me, for years, I've been kicking myself for not buying the Forza Horizon Hot Wheels expansion on 3.
Me too. Me too.
It just, I'm gonna get it. Even when it was $2, I should have bought it. I know it dropped down to $2 right before they delisted it. And I was going to get it. And I did it. And I've been kicking myself in the foot, feeling that I missed out on a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. So, Hot Wheels expansion DLC is a day one buy for me. I love Forza Horizon. I love Mexico. You know, obviously, it's my favorite Forza Horizon location right now for some obvious reasons. And then, you know, just the fact that it's Hot Wheels and you get to not only race on tracks, but build your own tracks. Or race on tracks that other gamers have made. It's going to be, to me, I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to finally experiencing that Hot Wheels that everybody talked about. I literally never heard a negative thing about the Hot Wheels expansion DLC from anybody.
Same here. Never,
ever.
Right.
So I am very excited to play this Hot Wheels DLC and see what it's like. So yeah, this is a day one for me. Forza Horizon, best racing game there is out right now, best arcade racer. So yeah, let's see how the chat goes in. Hot Wheels looks fun. Terry says she hasn't enjoyed Forza Horizon since 2. Whoa.
Blasphemy.
Jingle Coogan says I played the Hot Wheels DLC if it was included in Game Pass, but I'm not paying for it since I spent so little time on racers. Hey, if the economy is not there, if it's not worth it, it's not worth it. Cerebral Paul says, I'm looking forward to this. Looks fun. Definitely. If you guys want to get run off the road, be sure you race with Dreadpool. He will 100% ram you off these tracks. He will find a way. I promise you. Cerebral Paul says, notice they have snow. We don't have any snow in the main game. You do during the winter season on the top of the mountain, the big one.
Yeah, very top. And these tracks are above the mountain, so you'll see them even more because you're higher up in the air.
Yeah, so that's gonna be fun. That the tracks freeze over. That's I don't know if that was in the original Forza Horizon Hot Wheels DLC, but I'm happy it's on this one. So yeah, guys, it is getting time almost for Scrub to get out of here. But Scrub, is there to make sure we cover something you want to talk about? Is there a remaining title you wish to speak about? I will move it forward in our show.
The main one out that I would love to talk about, like this part of the show, until they got to the Forza announcement with the DLC. I know the first time I watched the show, I had just finished playing a gig the night before.
Mhm.
I didn't get in bed till like 2:00 in the morning, and I was literally almost killing myself trying to stay awake because it was just like whatever, next.
Yeah.
Some of it is because I don't play it, and then some of it was like, this is information we can save for somewhere else. But there were so many announcements that were at the end. Persona, getting all
Okay.
the 3, 4, and 5. That's awesome to have that. We haven't been able to have that on Xbox. To be able to get that now it's just great for the people who want to play it, for the people who've been begging to play it, and just to have a chance to have something JRPG in Xbox ecosystem. It's just great to have. Is this a game I'm playing? No, it's not a game I'm playing. I'm not interested
Not
in
spending
playing.
over $100 per game.
No, but for the people who love that, and I'm glad Phil and whoever worked to get this, Cerebon and the crew, Matt Booty, whoever was a part of this, thank you for getting this for the people who love this franchise. I think this was an awesome get. But I know we talked about it a couple of weeks ago. Starfield. To me, Starfield was a great thing to have, to be able to sit there and actually now see what everybody was wanting to talk about. There was so much hype. This game is going to be great. It's going to be game of the year. It's going to be this. You're going to be able to do it. And you've never seen anything on the game except some still shots. You don't have a clue what this game is, but now you've actually seen what the game is, and then also you can see why it's getting pushed back. Same
All
thing
right.
with Redfall. It needs some work, but the foundation of what this game can be, awesome. Like I said, this is one of most games like this I don't play because you can lose your life into this game.
Mm-hmm.
But it makes me interested. Before I was like, okay, I'm glad Xbox can get something like Starfield going to play, but I don't think it's for me. But to be able to see the visuals of, the foundation of the visuals, yeah, there was a lot of frame rate issues in it, and it does need polishing. So I understand why they pushed it. The gunplay to me is atrocious, but I don't think that's what this game is about. But
Creation engine
hopefully,
for you, baby.
the gunplay is atrocious. It's horrible. And if you're going to give me a gun in my hand, that's, I'm going to look at the gameplay and the mechanics of the shooting. But guess what, guys? They have time to work on that. Folks go frame rate issues. They have time to work on that. Little things of that nature, they have time to work on it. And that's what it makes me feel better on why they pushed it back, and then what it can be. To be able to sit there and say you have a whole galaxy, you can search all the planets on the galaxy. Will there be a lot of stuff on there? I don't know. I doubt it. And then go, oh, we have 100. We have all these galaxies, up to 1,000 different planets, moons, stars, lucky charms, whatever. But
and red balloons now.
yeah, exactly. But to be able to say you can do it, to me personally, it's nice to show those all those planets, but I think I would start with like a main galaxy and start DLCing some of this stuff, because you're not going to have enough time to fully flush out these planets. But I think further down the road, you can and fully build it out. But what would throw me off is if I go visit planet, I don't know, Xandar, and it's empty, and then a DLC gives me missions to go on this planet 7 months from now, and then it's fully fleshed out. To me, it throws off the immersion just a little bit. I don't know what the game's going to be, but it's big in scope. This game. So if anybody watched this trailer and watched the gameplay extended thing, and they're waiting on the new Elder Scrolls, forget about it. It ain't
Die
coming
before
no
these games
time
come
soon.
out.
Yeah. If you're waiting on the new dang, not now I'm drawing a blank on what was the other game Todd Howard said he was announcing?
Elder Scrolls and Fallout 5.
Fallout. If you're waiting on Fallout 5, it ain't happening no time soon. Not that I know they have different teams, but this is what everybody needs to be hands on deck for a while. I like the lock picking mechanism that they're showing on the screen now. I love the ability to talk to the different factions. But and another thing which is making me kind of mad, what people are talking about is, oh man, yes, they have some dead eye look. Oh man, these characters, they look horrible when you talk to them. Has anybody played Fallout 76? Has anybody watched Fallout 76 being played online? If you look at Fallout 76 NPCs, their facial expressions and just the fidelity of their face, and then you put up Starfield, which is not even finished yet, it looks 100 times better. So
Right.
some of the people, you're just going a little too damn far with it. Some, it might just be nitpicking. Some people, they are just trying to sabotage people's hype for this game. Like right here, the trees, they look horrible right here. I don't know what that is, but they have time to fix it. Now you see why they said, because a lot of times you'll see somebody delaying the game. You're thinking, did they delay the game because they've been screwing around? Did they delay the game because they actually need more time? Yes, they need more time, but they've shown a foundation and a base. Look at that facial expression. If you look at Fallout 76, it looks nowhere close to that. That one looks a little weird.
I think the motion cap, I've noticed this, the cross-eyed look, right? If you will.
Yeah.
When they're doing the motion cap, when they're looking at the light instead of looking like kind of like dead forward.
Mm-hmm.
So I've always noticed that on motion cap games that they kind of have that cross-eyed look.
Yeah, to be able to find these pieces and I touched this and I saw a vision, and you're going around to these different planets. You can play this game and it takes you 3 years to fully max out whatever. I'm just throwing out something. Or you can probably play just a story mission only, and it might be 40 to 60 hours. But what the lore that they're trying to all put in, and we'll learn more as it's coming along. It actually has somebody who strays away from these games to say, yes, I want to play this just to see what it's about. Is it something that'll fully captivate me? I don't know, but Cyberpunk, it had me totally sucked in from the first trailer, and I don't play games that take that long to finish. But I got into it and I loved it, and I was zoned in. And then once I played a character, I'm in my head going, oh, what will I choose next to play this again? So that's why we say Game Pass is great. That's why we say try these games out. Nobody's forcing you to play something you don't like, but sometimes you're going to try something, you're going to love it. So if all you play is FIFA or Madden and that's what you play, fine. But or play Call of Duty, fine. But every now and then you try some of these games out, you'll broaden your horizon, and it'll be something that's great. So I have a lot better feeling on Starfield now that they've shown it. Yes, I can start to say I can feed and feel into the hype, but like I said, also you do understand why this got pushed back. It's definite needs work. It needs work.
Absolutely love the take. Everybody knows I've been hyped for Starfield, but let's talk about Starfield then. Let's focus on Starfield while we're here. so that way we can have a nice long conversation about it. Terri, Starfield, are you in? Are you out? This was the headliner.
Yeah,
of
I
the
mean,
show.
we've discussed this game several times, and every
But now
single
you've
time
seen
I
it.
have said I have zero hype for this game, and I still have zero hype for the game. Willing to play it, to hope it changes my mind, but from what they've shown, it just looked boring, and so I'm still no hype.
No hype
Pass.
from Terri. All right. The good news is, guys, that in space nobody can hear you whine. So I'm kidding, Terri. I'm kidding. Let's see. Eternal Shaddai, are you hyped for Starfield?
Yes, I am, because I like games that is based on space. I like playing Mass Effect, and I like to play Outer Worlds.
Mhm.
And this is one of the games that I want to give it a try. The only thing that actually got me taking a deep breath, it was when he said, just to make sure, it's 1,000 planets. So
Oh, yeah.
yeah, that actually made me take a deep breath, because even though we see a lot of complaints, that it's like, man, 1,000 planets, and that's way too long, and this and that, but Skyrim is what, like 300, 500 hours, and you have Mass Effect, and you have other games that are really massive. You know which one is massive? The MMOs are massive itself. So
Yeah.
why are we complaining 1,000 planets when you play MMO for a lot of hours? So for me, I'm really hyped for this game, and I will play this game. I wanted to see what Todd Howard have for us, and also remember, I don't care. I don't care if they did a delay, and if they delay it again, I really, really don't care about that, because this is the first game under the Microsoft umbrella. So they want to make a really good impression about Microsoft investment, and trying to show to the people like, yo, you know what, Microsoft made the right choice on buying Bethesda. So they want to put pretty much 110% of their effort to make it right, even though they still trying to call it Bugdesta, because it's always a lot of bugs. So let's see how it goes, and I am pretty much hyped for playing this. I really am.
Awesome. All right, let's check in real quick with the chat here. Happy Cloud Gamer says, Scrubner, Starfield is going to make me have no life. So Happy Cloud Gamer is going to no life Starfield.
Yeah.
Very well. Good.
These games do it. When you add in all the base building, you add in all the ship modifications on the outside and on the inside, and staffing the inside. I'm pretty sure you're going to have to build a relationship with each person just for them to agree to be on your ship. Oh God, it's just a lot. It's going to be a lot.
That's right. All right. Princess Zelda says, good morning. Good morning, Princess Zelda. I hope everything is going well to you. We miss you as always on Friday, but we still love you. Let's see. Ice Cream Gaming says that she just got back from a family meal with her dad and stepmom for Father's Day. Hey, happy Father's Day again. And of course, Ice Cream Gaming being the boss mod of my channel, she's here to make sure everybody behaves, which they always do. I think I have a fantastic little community here. Happy Cloud Gamer says that his channel is all about Starfield right now. So that's where he is. Jago Kukin says, I'm hyped for Starfield, but I could care less for base building. I can just please turn that crap off in the settings. Well, you don't have to, actually. All this is do whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
At least that's the way I take Bethesda games. I could become a blacksmith, but I don't.
Fallout 4, you had to pretty much do the base building.
Yeah, you had to do the shelter. Yeah. Let's see what else we got. Remember Starfield is No Man's Sky. That team was only 7 people. Bethesda is a bigger team. I think there's a big difference between No Man's Sky and what Starfield has shown, and I might discuss that. My mom says she's going to church. Hey, have a good one, Mom. God bless you. Let's see. Yeah, that part was like, oh no, not like this. Okay, so Starfield. I have been hyped for Starfield for a long time. for a long time, mainly because it's made by our gaming lord and savior, God Howard, with a double D.
Oh,
And
Lord.
and the pedigree is there. If I think there's a guy that just captivates you and puts these amazing narratives together where your decisions matter. You can choose who lives, you can choose who dies, you can choose how to shape the world you're in. I think Todd Howard excels at that. He makes you feel important in his games. So I really enjoy Todd Howard games. Plus, 3 out of the last 4 games Todd Howard has executively produced or directed have won Game of the Year. So, he, like I said, he has the pedigree there. And so I'm very hyped, not just because it's a Todd Howard game, but also because I love sci-fi a lot. Sci-fi is my favorite genre of anything: entertainment, movies, books, video games, anything. It's my favorite genre. And so going out into space in a game like this where you can fly in space, get into dogfights in space, fly to 1,000 planets. A lot of people are like, oh my God, so many planets. I don't care if that planet is completely and utterly empty. If it's a wasteland like Mars, I'm happy I get to go to it, because as a guy that loves sci-fi, that's just kind of some of the things you look forward to in sci-fi games, right? Or in sci-fi-esque style entertainment, right? And the fact that I get to build my own ship, I already know I'm going to make one that looks like a giant pelican, maybe a giant condor from Halo. I'm going to be like that Dr. Evil, and Austin Powers is like, oh, you see that spaceship? It looks like a big Johnson, What are you doing, Johnson? Like you can be as serious or unserious as you want. And the thing I love about Bethesda games, specifically Todd Howard games, is you can betray whoever you're befriending and have it go shape the story. I think they were saying, like, if you're attacking pirates or you get attacked by pirates, you can steal their ships and make it your ship. And I'm like, that's awesome. You get freedom to play the game how you want. I feel like Todd Howard makes games where he puts the what if you can do this and somehow encodes it into the game. Like in Fallout, what if I launch 12 nukes at once? What happens? Well, guess what? You can launch 12 nukes and find out what happens. By the way, in Fallout 76, it crashes the server. But in Fallout 4, it didn't. It's just the freedom of play style that Todd Howard puts into his games is something that nobody else does. A lot of games play by rules, and I feel like a lot of Todd Howard games have rules, but they're meant to be broken. And then then you get the modding communities that just do crazy stuff. Lord no, shout out to those guys. They can make their own DLCs. If a planet A is abandoned and the DLC comes out and an asteroid hit and it brings forth a bunch of xenomorphs or something, and the DLC is me going to kill all these xenomorphs, I'm all in. If a bunch of refugees come in and they want to occupy a planet, I'm all in. It has so much potential with 1,000 planets. A volcano could erupt on planet A and suddenly reveal all kinds of hidden caverns that we couldn't discover before. It just leads itself to a lot of future gameplays. And this is one of those games that I believe will have legs for years and even decades to come.
Yeah, this will be forever going. It's a long time. Yeah.
Definitely. And at first when people were telling me what is Starfield, oh, imagine Skyrim in space, Skyrim in space, Skyrim in space. After watching this trailer, I can tell you, no, it's not. This is Fallout in space. Okay, just based on the shooting, this is Fallout. This is how Fallout shoots. It's creation engine again, not the greatest, not the worst. It's kind of in the middle, but the whole premise of the game is that it's an RPG. It's an action adventure RPG. So the shooting is important, but it's not the most important.
Yeah, it's important if you got all these factions and if you're going to these different outposts and all this stuff, and you have to take them down to get the outposts, they're gonna have to work on it. Is that their main objective? No. So it'll get better, but I don't think much better at all. So
I don't see how they can improve this on the creation engine. They just need a new engine. If I have one major
I was about
criticism
to
of
say the
Bethesda
same
is
thing.
creation engine.
Yeah.
It's just not as robust as Todd Howard makes it sound.
Now, what I will say though, there is an achievement, or not an achievement, but one of the different paths when they did the extended talk is to be able to shoot your gun without aiming down your sights. So I think that is in this gameplay why that this person is hardly ever shooting down sights, because there is a path that you can pick that you're better at shooting a gun without having to aim down the sights,
shooter,
and that might be some of it. Yeah, it's interesting. It definitely is.
Yeah, this I can't recall a game that has piqued my interest in recent memory that as much as Starfield has before launch, pre-launch.
Cyberpunk has been
Cyberpunk I was hyped for, and let me tell you, narratively, Cyberpunk is like you are enthralled.
Yes, it sucks you in for sure.
When they say that it is not a shooter, it's an RPG, they mean it. And man, the storytelling is top notch in Cyberpunk. Top notch. The voice acting, the everything. But yeah, so yeah, I can't wait for it. I'm sure that if I wanted to, I could blow through the campaign in 30, 40 hours, just like I did in Skyrim. But if I also wanted to, I'm sure I could do everything and be 300 hours in and still not even be close to finishing the game, just like I also did in Skyrim. So, that's the beauty of Bethesda games. There's so much to do if you want, but if you don't have to. And I can't wait for it. I hope we run into, like more advanced civilizations. I hope we run into like equally advanced civilization, and maybe even some pre-space flight in civilizations. That would be fun. I feel like all of it would be fun, because when I think of exploring space, the universe is 13 billion years old. Not everything can be 13 billion years old. I'm sure some life is newer than other life. Just saying. So yeah, Starfield, hype for it. Let's check in with the chat real quick. Let's see where we are. All right. So Jago Kukin says, so far Mass Effect is still the king of space games. Hopefully Starfield can come close to how good that franchise was. All right, so he's in the Shaddai boat on that one. Happy Cloud Gamer, I think there will be many people make spaceships that look like, yeah, that's also what I think, because I will probably be one of those people. Yes, I am that immature. All right, let's see. Unreal 5 question I asked myself for their next project. It could be, something needs to happen. They need to upgrade that engine. Jason Max, welcome, Jason Max. Thank you so much for coming in. He says, just remember, Xbox is number one. It is in our hearts here on the Good Morning Xbox. All right, I asked the question, are you hyped for Starfield? 72% said yes, 16% said meh, and 11% said no. So once again, I love putting these questions because it gives perspective that not every game is for every gamer. And, we shouldn't hate on people who are not into what we're into, because gaming is gaming and gaming is for everybody. So that was Starfield. Scrubners, do you want to discuss anything else about Starfield or move on to the next set of games?
We can move on, and since I'm about to get out, there was a couple of games that I forgot to mention, and then I'll tell you my overall feeling about the show.
Go ahead,
Flintlock, I think that's interesting game to see what's going to go with it. So I think that'll be good. Minecraft Legends, we'll see, but I'm glad that they're putting out another game. This is why I wasn't disappointed at them putting Minecraft on the main show, because it's a totally new game. It's supposed to be RTS, but they really didn't show the RTS gameplay.
Yeah, like an action RPG of some kind.
Yeah, it's a strategy game, but they really didn't show any strategy in the trailer, so that kind of made me hesitant. But I'm glad for that. And what was Diablo 4? That looked awesome. And I'm not a Diablo player, the top down type of game. And then, like I said, Diablo's another one, especially back in the day, the older game. You were on it all day long with your friends trying to get everything playing.
Guilty.
So some of those games I just stayed away from and sucked. But this Diablo 4, what they showed is like, man, maybe I need to. This will be a good time to hop into it. So those are the ones that really stepped out to me. But what I'll say overall for the show, there's many things that I said I loved, and there's many things I said I don't play, but I'm glad that it's on there. But if you're saying as a show in general, I'm give it maybe about a 6.5.
Whoa, so low. I'm
Seven,
shocked.
7 the most. If you want to say the most, I'll give it a 7.
At 7 on a good
the,
day, 6.5 on any other day.
Yeah, it's like 6.5 originally watching it, going back over it. I'll bump it up to a 7 for the things that they showed me, with your Starfield, with your Forza, bringing in something like a flintlock. Like I said, like I was hoping, I said maybe 2 to 4 grand. But when you're coming in with the show saying we're only going to do 12 months, to me, you're already dropping down because you've taken all the hype for the future of Xbox, really. When you say no 12 months, there's not going to be really any surprise of, this studio is coming out with this game. Here's a new game that kind of stuff. You at least want to see that at least one time in the show. But like I said, a 6.5 is more because of the way they planned out the show. It wasn't because, all these games are trash. It's the way you paced out the show. Redfall, strong start to me. Starfield at the end, strong start for me. You had Forza in the beginning, but then you put a bunch of stuff. If you go back to when we even talked about it a couple of weeks ago before the show came out, I said I don't want a bunch of idea at Xbox or filler stuff in the show. You can put that as its own show and just show me what you have. Show me the stuff that's going to be make me hyped and happy, and then we can do all the extra stuff like they had the extended show. Some of this stuff should have been, like you said, Grounded. Ooh, Grounded is ready to play. You played the video trailer and you start talking. Why do we need to talk about Grounded other than saying, boom, Grounded? Day announced.
Yep,
As
1.0
does,
finally.
yeah. As does Fall. You on the extended show, you spent almost 30 minutes talking about it on the extended show. It felt like, I know it wasn't 30 minutes, but when you go to the main show, it felt like you were talking about it forever. And like I said, you barely showed anything extra than what you showed the last time. It's just folks talking. Oh, we're so glad to bring out As Does Fall. Okay, yeah, we're excited that you're bringing it out too, but we already know. There was just too many games in there that you could have moved that away from the main show. It felt like they made a show to make sure it lasted 95 minutes instead of condensing some of it. I would rather you not talk as much. I'd rather you show less and be a consistent, exciting show instead of having peaks and valleys. I know you're going to have that in any show, but it was like high peak and then there was a bunch of low raising gains and then peak up at the end. I think if you would have just took all those spans of, say 4 or 5 games that I really didn't care about and just mix them in different. If you could have just shuffled it up better, I think the pacing of the show would have felt better. But to me, it's just there was a big spot in that show that it was a lull, either because you might not be interested in it. Art looked good, but you didn't really show me anything. So for folks to go, oh, we show gameplay. Yeah, you didn't always show gameplay, and then some of this stuff is not even announced. So when folks go, oh, we only showed stuff that was 12 months. Well, Hollow Knight, is that going to be in the 12 months? Aura, is that really going to be in 12 months? So it's like you gave leeway on some stuff. And to me, I think they could have did better on how they move stuff around. I know you can't, let folks look at it to see what do you think of the show because you worry about leaks, but I think
Right.
they should have some trusted outsiders. It could be just 3 people and say, hey, this is how we got the show paced. What do you feel about it?
Right.
And then you can you might switch it or you might leave it exactly like you were. But to me, I think it was low. There were some big gets in this game. It's just not everything was for me. But overall, when you do this 12-month thing and Forza not being in this year, that kind of hurt. I was expecting that to be in at the end of the
I
year.
was expecting Forza to come in and save Xbox from itself.
Yes, because I was thinking Horizon like I said, do a shadow drop at the show because maybe Forza is going to be at the end of the season. So Forza is going to be out DLC in a couple of weeks. But this is the thing. All those games pushed back to 2023. A lot of the stuff they showed us in the next 12 months, a lot of that's going to be pushed to 2023. What about the stuff that was already slated or maybe it was going to be 2023?
Oh, you can add 6 months to almost all those release dates.
Exactly. How do you keep other games from eating each other up, or are you just forever just pushing stuff another 6 months or another year? So that's kind of has me worried in the overall, but I think we're in a healthy position, and I don't want to see this show almost always makes me say, okay, then, but for next, hey kitty, but for next E3, it's going to be boom, 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 boom. That's the only thing that hurts me with this show. When you make it 12 months, you start going, oh, well, next E3, we're going to see this. So am I mad with Xbox? No. I'm excited for the future, but a show overall, I think they could have paced it out a lot better.
Well, there you go. All right. Well, Scrub, thank you so much for your opinions. Jaco Kuget in the chat agrees with you completely. So, this show just didn't hit for Scrub Nurse because he saw a lot of stuff that he just wasn't into. Maybe next year will be better. But hey, if I don't see a lot of stuff I'm into, that show sucked. Sorry. If I go watch a Batman movie and it's not Batman, that Batman movie sucked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's just the way it is.
And I think it's just because we knew most all the stuff anyway. There wasn't that many surprises instead of like, a game like a Flintlock or something like that you didn't know about. So maybe next year it'll be better. Yeah.
All right. Well, Scrub Nurse, thank you so much. Go ahead and let the people know where they can find you.
Well, y'all can find me on Twitter, Scrub Nurse 3. You can find me on the Xbox, Scrub Space Nurse, and then I'm around. Me and my friends were always playing. Another thing, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder Revenge. What if they didn't have that on Keely's show and they had it on Xbox show and said Game Pass day one?
Today.
And today, and you put one of those other games you had and put it on Keely's show. I think that would have been a bigger thing. But of course, Xbox doesn't own the developer that makes the show or the publisher for that game, so maybe that's why it didn't. But if you hadn't played Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, play it. It is awesome. It is fun. If I'm on, hey, send me an invite. I'll definitely play. I've beaten it twice doing co-op, once by myself, and it's worth the replay. The soundtrack is amazing. But you all have a good rest of your Sunday. Happy Father's Day to everybody that's out there. And I will see y'all on the next go round.
All right. See you, Scrub. Thank you so much. All right, guys.
See y'all later.
See ya. So this last half hour is dedicated to Scrub. As we know, he always has to leave to go do his nursing thing and save lives. So we're going to get back to our normal programming here in a minute. Let's check in with the chat. Haven't talked to the chat for a while. Dreadful says Dynasty Warriors styles for Minecraft Legends. Maybe. I don't know. Diablo 2. No, Diablo 4, Dreadful 4. He might be trolling us. That Dreadful loves to do that kind of stuff. Diablo 4 is going to be good. Hope we can take Game Pass next year. Exactly. Dreadful says, remember, C is considered a passing. That's right. But a 6.5 is not a C, not where I went to school. This was what Gamer did want. No trailer, but gameplay. Oh, this is what you wanted, was no trailers, but gameplay. So should Xbox go back to the trailers or gameplay next year? I like the gameplay style, personally. Terry, what do you prefer? Gameplay or CGI trailers?
I think gameplay, just because it gives us a better grasp of what we're looking at, because CGI trailers are very misleading. You know what I mean?
Right.
Especially since, like for a perfect example is they showed the new edition for Ark, and every time that studio does a trailer, it looks nothing like their game every single time. So, and Diablo is guilty of it too. Like, they have these crazy CGI trailers,
right?
But they have an isometric game, you know,
Right.
and they're showing trailers that make you feel like you're going to be playing like a first or third person, like, you know, action RPG.
Yeah.
So it's very misleading. So yeah, I would have to say gameplay 100%.
All right, gameplay. Shaddai, gameplay or CGI?
For which one?
For
Sorry.
trailers. Game trailers, when you see them.
I'd rather have CG and CGI just to see their work and what we're gonna get. Even though that doesn't mean pretty much anything. You know what? No, I'll go for trailer. You know why? Because at least at the end of the trailer, we usually have the release date. So
Right.
that's what that's something that we want. We want to be informed when the game is actually coming. So the trailer is better also give us a snippet, but at the same time it gives us the release date. So for me, trailers are pretty much the best. The CGI is just pretty much the power that they're using, you know, to create this. Other than that, is pretty much nothing. So I stick with the trailers. It just give us the snippet and the release date. So I stick with the trailers.
All right. So I'm gonna go with gameplay myself. I do like the gameplay trailers a lot more because I have more of an idea. Is this game for me? Like, you know, CGI trailers, there's nothing wrong with them. I personally have never hated on CGI trailers, but when it comes to making a decision if I'm gonna buy this game, it's definitely gonna be one of those gameplay sizzle reels that gets me into it. All right. 1970 Chrome Pony comes in. He says, sorry I'm late, but I'm here now. Thank you so much. Dreadpool says, I think gameplay versus trailer, depending on the state of the development. CGI trailer should be an announcement and gameplay should be the rest of the time. Agreed, Dreadpool. Agreed. I'm okay with the CGI announcement, but I am not okay with a CGI after CGI after CGI. Like we're about to see. Let's get right back into the show, guys. So we're going to pick up right where we left off because we still have a bunch of games to get through. Remember, guys, we're trying to speed this through. So if the game's not for you, just say not for me or pass. All right. Here we go. Up next was Arc 2. Terry, Arc 2.
Yes.
All right. Eternal Shaddai, Arc 2. Vin Diesel.
Pass.
Pass. All right. Me, I wanted to get into Arc, and I absolutely despise the gameplay loop. Pass. All right. Arc 2 is a nothing burger to us. Scorn. I forget who is the person that influenced this art, but Terry, what do you think about Scorn?
I don't do horror. I mean, it looks impressive for what it is, so I feel like fans of that genre should be pretty hyped. It's just, I don't do horror. It's not for me.
All right, there you go. So pass for Terry. Eternal Shaddai, Scorn.
Yeah, I'm all in for this. You look how grotesque and disgusting looks like, and how, you know, look at the gun. The design is very impressive. Yeah, the design is impressive, and especially like I said on the previous podcast, this is the way I say that this year is like the year of horror. We have this many games, and Scorn is one of them. So I'm actually looking forward to it, even though they have announced it a couple of events ago, and now we get to see it even deeper. And now we pretty much know when is the release date, which is in October. So yes, I am actually looking forward to this.
All right, so there's a day one for Shaddai. Scorn is a undecided for me. Like, I don't do horror. I don't. I think horror games have awful storytelling. I think they have awful pacing. It's just a bunch of jump scares. But I'm so intrigued by the art style because, as Dreadpool put it over here, H.R. Geiger, he is the guy who influenced the Aliens relaunch um, franchise. You know, we're talking Prometheus, stuff like that. So there we go. He's the guy who inspired it. And so I am into his art style, but it had to be a horror game. Of course it did. So I'm undecided on this one personally. I don't know. Maybe I might give it some time. I might download it and never play it. It might be one of those games. Going back to our gameplay versus trailer, we got Princess Zelda chiming in. I like the trailer. It usually has an intense music and just shows enough to pique my interest and gets me wanting to see more. So there you go. She prefers the CGI trailers. In the chat, I did put in a poll. 75% preferred gameplay and 25% preferred CGI trailers. So, hey, there you go. Little something for everybody, guys. Let's move on with the show. Up next was Flintlock, the Siege of Dawn. This is a kind of a Bloodborne-esque Neo style game. Terry.
Now, this was probably the highlight of the show for me, was Flintlock. Yeah, like I said, I was bored of watching this showcase. The majority of the games were from genres I don't play, but this game here looks fantastic. I definitely want to give it a try to see, because it looks fun. It looks fun, looks well done. The portal thing, though, the portal thing seems a little trippy to me. I feel like it doesn't really fit in. You know what I mean? When you look at the game, the portals seem out of place, But I'm hoping they have a really good story to kind of make those make sense. But yeah, no, this was definitely the best game they showed at the thing, in my opinion, based on what I saw. Just because nothing else was, geared towards my personal taste. Mm-hmm. This looks fantastic. I definitely want to give this a go.
All right, Terry's in on Flintlock. So was Scrub Nurse. This is one of them he liked. Shaddai, Flintlock.
I'm all in for this one. It looks really, really interesting. When I saw it, I'm like, wow, not for nothing, but this is very interesting. I love, action games. If it's an action RPG, it's even better. So, I'm all in for this. So I'm looking forward to it.
I feel like you two are going to be in for a rude awakening here. Have either of you played Soulborn or the Neo games?
I've played Sekiro. Neo, yes. I played Sekiro and stuff.
Okay, Sekiro's good. So. Okay. Yep. What about you, Shaddai?
I played Neo before.
Okay.
So and even Sekiro, so both.
Okay, so this is made by the same guy that made both those games. I know From Software made
Demon Soul.
Not Demon Souls, the one on the Bloodborne. There we go. Bloodborne, yes. And a different studio made Neo, but it's the same guy working on all of them. And so this is going to be more of that fast action Soul style gameplay.
Yeah, as long as it's fast paced, I can get into it. Like that's why I'm not a huge fan of that style of game, but I would take Sekiro over Dark Souls any day.
Yeah, I got to tell you, the combat is more satisfying in Sekiro. Even though it's hard, it's more satisfying.
Oh, it's hard, but yeah, no, it's just yeah. So I'm interested. There's still a chance when it comes out that it might end up not being for me. It just depends on how good the combat is. Is it, you know what I mean? Does it fluid, or is it going to just be if it feels clunky or anything like that? They have some kind of issues with it, or it could also just be difficulty. If it's just too difficult, I'll probably fall off of it. But as of right now, I'm intrigued. I'm interested. It looks fantastic, and I can't give it a final yes or no until I actually get my hands on it to see if it's for me or not.
All right. Well, the good news is it's going to Game Pass, so we get
it could go either way.
Me, right. I don't care. I'm a masochist. I like pain, so.
All right, a gaming masochist. All right. Splendifer says Sekiro is not hard. Really? Hey, man. When you're good, you're good. That's all I got to say. Maybe you're just not ninja enough. All right. No, I'm just kidding, man. I'm just kidding, Splendifer. Sekiro is hard, but I said that the combat is more satisfying in Sekiro. That's all I'm saying. And it says, if you can play Ninja Gaiden, you can play Sekiro. Hey, Ninja
Oh,
Gaiden was
yes.
fast action, hard. I mean, it wasn't as punishing as Sekiro, but it was punishing in its own way. That we've had some
Yeah.
fantastic games. All right, so Flintlock, all in from all three of us in the chat. Where that's a first. Minecraft Legends. Terry. No.
No. I had fun with Minecraft when Minecraft was Minecraft, and then now they're doing their own thing. Like I have no interest in Minecraft anymore.
All right. There you go. Shaddai, Minecraft Legends, are you in?
No, I'm out.
You're out. All right. I'm in. So it's an action strategy game. So it's probably going to play more akin to like a tower offense game where you have to conquer certain points on the map. And once you get that map, you get more reinforcements, or the people that you're fighting against switch sides. So that's the gist I'm getting from it. More of a tower offense style of gameplay. And I love my tower defense. I love my tower offense games. I like my conquest style games like Shadow of War, Shadow of Mordor did that. So I'm in on Minecraft Legends. I love the Minecraft art style. I think it's so cute that they make these blocks this way. I don't know. I have a soft spot for Minecraft.
Simplistic, is that the word that you want to use? Simplistic.
It's just so. I feel like there's just
waxy.
a certain attraction to this art style. It's unlike anything else. It's 3D pixel art. And pixel art has its place. It has to be a good game for me to like it. And, I feel that this will be it. Plus, it's going to be on the Game Pass, so I have no risk to try this game. I'm definitely going to be playing my Minecraft Legend day one. I might play by myself. I might play with my friends. I don't know. I don't care. I'm playing it. Happy Cloud Gamer says, my kids will love it, so I will join in on a co-op gaming. Yeah, let's do it. Happy Cloud. And Splendiferous says, hard nope. So you're either into Minecraft or you're not. All right, moving on. Lightyear Frontier. What was this game about? I totally forgot.
I think this is the farming with the robot.
Oh, yeah, the mech farming game. That's right.
Yep.
Terry, are you into Lightyear Frontier?
No, it's this is one of those sandbox farm crafting things. No, not my thing.
All right, not your thing. Shaddai, are you into mech farming?
No.
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 All right. This game is also a no for me. Going back to Minecraft Legends, Splendifer says, I'll watch my kids play. That's all they play. That's why I don't like it. All right. So he is Minecraft out. So yeah, no, hard pass on this one for all of us. Up next is a little game you might have heard about called Gunfire Reborn. Furries with guns, I guess. Animals with guns. Terry.
This looks absolutely adorable. Like I can't like,
and it
has the co-op. So I feel like this could potentially be just a fun little community night kind of game that you screw around with friends and have some fun. It looks really, really good. Like I don't know. Like I feel like it'd be something to have some fun with. Is it a game that I would want to play all the time? And like other no. But I mean, I feel like, yeah, like I said, a good community night game just to have some fun with friends on the occasion. I think this would be perfect for that. It looks good. So yeah, I'll have to see how it turns out because it looks awesome.
All right, there you go. Shaddai, are you in on Gunfire Reborn?
No, if I want to play that, I might as well just play Party Animals, the one that they have for free. So no, this is a hard pass for me.
All right, hard pass from Shaddai. This one is also going to be a pass for me. I just didn't see anything that interested me. It does have a nice art style. I might try it, but I highly doubt it. Highly doubt that I will try this game. So moving on. The Last Case of Benedict Foss. This is a narrative-driven detective kind of, you go into other people's minds to figure out what happened to them, I guess, and you have some tentacles while you're in their minds. Terry, what do you think?
This one seems really, really cool. I'm definitely interested in this one. Just because it's not. I I remember, they had some side scrolling in it, but it wasn't like your side scrolling platformer that I'm gonna rage quit on. You know, like it's more like this kind of side scrolling I can do. You know what I mean? Like a little bit of jump there, fine. You know, your Ori, you know, your speed jumping off everything, and nah, I can't do that. But this is a side scroller that's more at my speed. You know, and I love that it's going to be narrative driven. So
narrative driven.
So this one I am in. And
all right
there with that flashlight, and that gave me
Alan Wake.
Yeah, it gave me Alan Wake vibes. It's like I'm waiting for the crows to show up. You know, it's like where are they at? But no, this looks really well done. I think this should be a pretty good indie for everybody to check out for sure.
All right. So there you go. Terry's in on the narrative-driven Last Case of Benedict Fox. Shaddai, what about you?
Yeah, I'm all in for this. When I saw it, it really intrigued me. And the first thing that came up to mind when that darkness came out and talked to him, and we just saw it on the trailer, the usage of the tentacles, it reminds me of 2K's game Darkness. So it gave me that darkness. It gave me that darkness vibe. And even though it's a 2D, there is something about it that I want to get into it. I really do want to get into it. So it's a hard yes for me. I'm looking forward to it, and let's see how it goes, because it looks really, really awesome.
I like the time period as well. It based on the way the architecture was in the car, I'm guessing 30s, 40s. So so this, it's intriguing. So yeah, we don't get enough stuff during that time period, you know, so that it's cool.
That's right, the Roaring 20s and the Depression 30s. So Great Depression. All right, this is a pass for me. I'm not going to say that this game looks bad, because it doesn't, but for the reasons Terry likes it is the reason I don't. It's too simplistic, side scrolly for me. I like the Ori style fast and everything, and you know, where the story is told more through gameplay instead of through narrative. Although some narrative games are fantastic, I'm not going to knock on them; they are great.
And not for nothing,
there's a pass for me.
And not for nothing, but in that trailer, I could tell that he's going to be even punishing, because there is an area that he used the tentacles, but he dies so quick. So there's a possibility that this game is going to be difficult to play. You know, actually to beat. I rather say it like that.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe Terry can feature it on her indie spotlight and change my mind after she reviews it. You never know. You never know, guys. I've downloaded so many games off of Terry's indie spotlight. It's crazy. Let's check in with the chat. Jesse Darby is yes. I'm with Terry on this game. Jago Coogan says it looks interesting, but I don't know how long it will hold my attention until I try it. Splendiferous says I'm still going to try this. All right, so there you go. Some people are going to at least give it a shot. We'll see where we go. Princess Zelda did type in something. When it shows up here, I will post it up. Princess Zelda, give it a few seconds. It's usually like 10 seconds back. There we go. This one was my most anticipated games from the show. So there you go.
Ooh.
The Last Case of Benedict Fox has some serious fans. So who knows? I might have to try it just based on the recommendation from Princess Zelda and Terry.
It was a good presentation by them. So props.
Yeah. And Dreadpool say, "Hey, Princess Zelda, we miss you." Time Joggle, maybe a little bit. There you go. All right.
And it's hard. It's hard to make a trailer for a side scroller look good, you know, because it's a side scroller. There's not much to show. So no, it looks good.
All right. This is As Dusk Falls. This is like the 5th time we're seeing this. I don't know how many times we've seen this. Terry, As Dusk Falls, a narrative-driven co-op game. Are you in?
I think it might have a really good story. It's just, I don't know. The game just doesn't really interest me any.
Right.
I don't know. I as of right now, I have no interest. I don't feel like I would play it. But, I mean, if it starts winning awards and stuff, or, you know, its story and stuff, I might go back and check it out. But right now, it's not on my radar.
All right. There you go. Don't come at Terry unless you got some medals. All right. Eternal Shaddai. As Dusk Falls, are you going to be trying this?
Yes, I am gonna try this. It seems very intriguing too. The story seems very, very deep, especially as you could see the relationship between the main character, I think the main character is pretty much the one with the beard and all that. I had that feeling of like, man, what's gonna happen next before it changed to the next scene. So this game is interesting. It's interesting. I want to see what's gonna happen.
I don't think there is a main character because the feel of the trailer makes it feel like you're watching at least 5 different stories, play out.
3 to 5
so there
stories,
is,
yeah.
there's multiple perspectives that we're watching play out. So no.
Yeah.
No, even right there, see on that trailer, it has so many different
Paths.
ways to do it,
Yeah.
right? So you could tell that I guess it depends.
So like
on
those 3 people, yeah.
Yeah, so I think is depending on your decisions, that's where it's gonna take you. So that means we're gonna have probably multiple endings into this game. So
I would agree. If there's 3 storylines, basically 3 perspectives, and then each of them has, let's say, 3 outcomes. That's a lot of replayability for someone who ends up really enjoying the game. So that's good. It's just. So it has a lot of potential. And like I said, if the story ends up being really good, I'll play it. But for a narrative-driven game, the narrative has to be good. Otherwise, it's just, you know what I mean?
That's gonna, that's
it has to be good.
I don't know if people know this, but that's like somewhat similar to Heavy Rain, if people knows about that game. So I guess
it was fantastic.
So it all depends. It's a different art style, graphics, and all that compared to Heavy Rain, but it has the same concept. Depending on the choices that you're gonna make, it's gonna take you to a different direction. So yes, I am gonna get this.
Go ahead, Terry.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
Okay, so I am in the no camp on this game.
Blasphemy.
I mean, it looks like a living comic book. It's great. And, I love The Walking Dead, where you had a narrative-driven story and your decisions impacted the rest of the story, all that good stuff. And this game looks to be kind of in that same vein. But I am going to wait this one out because as of right now, I don't see where the gameplay is. It reminds me a lot of FMVs, full motion video games from like the Sega CD, and those were boring as hell, so I'm out on this one. So let's see. Happy Cloud Gamer says big movie geek. So yes, I will play it. He said he probably pre-downloaded it and it's on his Xbox Series X. So let me know how it is. Happy Cloud Gamer, send me a DM. Princess Zelda. Doggy says yes, we miss Princess Zelda. Absolutely, we miss you, Princess Zelda. That Drago guy, just tell him to do all the packing. I mean, I know he's Drago and it won't be done for 6 months, but I mean, it's gonna get done eventually. You could just come back and let him do all the packing, and just come back and grace us with your amazing presence. All right, here we go. Up next is Naraka Blade Point. Terri, hack and slash with battle royale play mode and a story mode. What do you think?
Nope. It's not my thing. I'm not into battle royale at all. Like, the moment you put BR in a game, it's an instant hard pass.
Oh man, okay, there you go. Hard pass from Terri. Shaddai, Blade Point.
If it was
Naraka Blade Point.
I don't know what.
Yeah, sorry, Naraka Blade Point.
If it was SnowRunner Battle Royale, I know Terri will say yes.
No, I would not. I would not, because the Crew 2 is one of my favorite racing games, and they put BR in it. You know what? I never played the BR in that game, not once. So no.
No, for me, Naraka, no. That's a hard pass for me. So, that's like a clone of probably they took ideas from it for Honor. So I know For Honor is more newer than Naraka, but no, pass.
All right, well, there you go. For me, Naraka Blade Point is a yes. I already have this game pre-downloaded. I am waiting for next week to play this game, as I believe it releases on the 23rd. So, there we go, the 23rd, yes. So I am all in on this game. I cannot wait. I love Kung Fu. I love Battle Royale. and I get to combine the two. I get to kung fu someone out of a battle royale. Absolutely. I don't know what's going to be chasing us: a storm, a sea of blades, a volley of arrows, whatever. And it has a campaign and other game modes in it. And it's already been out on the PC for 2 years, so it's already coming as a polished product to Game Pass, to Xbox. I'm in. I can't wait to play this game. Me and my cousin are going to go straight into the battle royale, knowing absolutely nothing, with low-level characters, and we are going to figure it out. So I am down.
I do like that it's a melee fighter, because normally when you see a BR game, it's always more of a range played game. You know what I mean? So it's intriguing.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but I just read what Splendiferous wrote. Splendiferous wrote, "Can't wait for this game, but it's not Ass Dust Falls." Oh man! All right, so there you go. Happy Cloud Gamer says, after extended showcase the game, I am down. Yeah, absolutely. The extended, I was down with the trailer, and the extended showcase, I am even more down. Yeah, so I'm excited for this one. So there you go. Up next, we have Pentiment, another narrative-driven game from Obsidian Entertainment. You are solving a murder mystery. You are some sort of priest assistant or something, I think. And you're walking around asking all the questions and with the authority of the church. So, Pentiment, Terry, are you in?
No, this one didn't interest me any.
All right.
Yeah, it was a pass.
It is a pass. All right, Shaddai, Pentiment, are you in?
The first indie that Terry says no to it.
This is not an indie, man. This is Xbox AAA.
Hey, it's a small team, so it's still considered indie.
Small
no,
team
actually,
pockets lined with money.
No, for me, this is a yes, because I'll tell you something. We already know how Obsidian is making games. We are so used to like the Outer Worlds and Alpha Protocols and all that. But when they start, I remember when they started getting collaboration. I remember with South Park, Stick of Truth. That's when, that's when they started getting back to the map. It was a really good game. That one, Pillars of Eternity, I played it and beat it. That was a really good game. So, and I'm talking about smaller titles, not their big titles like we all know with New Vegas. So that means they're really good on both fronts. So Pentiment, even though it's different than the one that we're so used to it, this is more of the way I see it is an old English, probably narrative, maybe comedic and all that. So that's what intrigues me, because now they're going to a different direction away from their comfort zone that we all know. So I'm like, if they nailed it with the other ones, this one could actually nail it, maybe a sleeper. So I'm all in for this. I'm like, at first, it was really hard for me to say, like, dude, I really wanted it to play it, and I kind of backed off a little bit. But then again, I'm like, yeah, but remember with the Stick of Truth and the Pillars of Eternity, which you like and you beat it. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to give it a try. And for me, it's a really yes for me on this game.
There you go. Shaddai's in on Pentiment. This game is in the maybe camp for me. More towards yes than no. Yeah, I started off as a hard no, but the more I find out about this game, the more interested I become.
And that's how I felt. I'm with you 100%.
And so I might play this game on cloud, because it's one of those cloud-esque games that just might lend itself to cloud really well. But I also, if this is like a shorter game, like a 10-hour game or something, I might play this with my wife, me and her playing it together, because I do enjoy the very few games that I get to play with my wife. Those games are golden to me. So I might try this game, see if my wife is interested. If she's disinterested, well, then I'm probably going to drop it. Just pointing it out. Okay.
You know what game this remind me of, which I saw the gameplay. It reminds me of Child of Light by Ubisoft.
Child of
No,
Light. Okay.
not even on that, or Valiant. What is it called? Brave Valiant or anything like that. I forgot. But it's a war game, so it's a smaller game. That's what it reminds me of the art style.
That Valor game you're talking about, that one was fantastic. I loved it. I don't know. There's just something about
the one with the war, right?
Yeah, there's something
Yep,
Valor.
that one.
But
Yep.
it was fantastic. I love that
Medal
game.
of Valor.
Yep.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, not Medal of Valor. But
I'm kidding.
I know what Shaddai's talking about, and yeah,
Yep.
that one was fantastic. But yeah, I don't know. There's something about this that's putting me off, and I really can't put my finger on it.
Because let me guess, because it's religious.
No, it has something to do with that.
Oh, okay, just saying.
This game actually reminds me of. I can't remember. But there's a game. I'll have to look it up while we go over the next one, and maybe I'll circle back. But there's a game that I played that was narrative driven that's very similar. The art style is nothing like this, but it was similar. It was point and click though, and I really liked it. But I can't. I don't know. There's something about this one that's putting me off. I don't.
Well, there you go, guys. Let's check in with the chat. Happy Cloud Gamer says that this one looks like a fun one and that he wants it to play on his tablet. Agreed. Tony Grasso says, Pentiment didn't interest me, but I'll certainly try it. You never know. Dreadful wants more Monty Python, maybe for Pentiment. I don't think it's going to have that kind of humor here. So, yeah, there you go. And Gogopo, by the way, welcome in, Gogopo. Thank you for being here.
That's true.
He says, Dungeon Siege 3 is a good one from Obsidian. I love Dungeon Siege 3 on my 360. Oh, man, I loved it.
Okay, I got it. It was Ken Follett's Pillars of the Earth. That's what it gives me vibes of, only in a different art style. Yeah.
Ken Follett, Pillars of the Earth. I've never.
By Daedalic. By Daedalic Entertainment. It was a really, really good point and click. Yeah, like the storyline and everything, it's very similar to that. The art style is completely different, but it's, yeah, so like that, it reminds me of that. So look that up. Look that up.
I might. All right, let's move on. Grounded going 1.0 full release. Story is done. Terry, are you going to survive in the yard?
No.
No?
Like I said, I'm not big on sandbox games. I did try Grounded when it was in early access, and I had a little bit of fun with it for a bit. It's just, yeah, like these kind of games, when it comes to these sandboxy, survival crafting games, like I'm entertained for a little bit, and then I get bored really fast and I fall off. So I'm not into it. It's not for me.
All right, not for her. Shaddai, are you gonna survive the yard? Are you gonna go big or never go home?
Yeah, this game actually interests me, but it's in my it's in my backlog because, man, this is gonna require a lot of team, a lot of building and all that. But as of right now, I'm gonna pass because, like I say, it's on my backlog. But sometimes I play here and there with my kids since they like seeing, the ink sacks and all that. So for now, no, I'm not interested for now.
All right, well, there you go. Now, this game, if my crew wants to play it with me, I will play it. Survival adventure games, I only like playing with a crew. I don't like playing them by myself because there's so much resource gathering. Jesus Christ, so much resource gathering. It's never ending. But if my crew plays with me and we can share the resources and build epic houses, hey, I'm in. So only if my crew is interested, I'll present it to them. But right now, this is not our go-to survival game. We will be talking about our go-to survival game later. All right, let's see. Urban Shadow Legacy announcement trailer. All right, Urban Shadow Legacy. Another indie title by Furry Baby or Bad Furry or something like that. Terry.
You mean Raw Fury?
Is it Raw Fury?
Raw Fury.
Yeah, Raw Fury.
No, did I? Let's see. Hold on. Raw Fury. You're right. You're right.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, okay.
Raw Fury.
So Ereban, or whatever the heck this name. What is it called?
Ereban.
Yeah. Shadow Legacy. Are you in, Terry?
I don't know. Like this one, I don't know. I've said many times, I am a sucker for things that are like bioluminescence kind of stuff, and like her clothes lights up in the dark, and that stuff is like so eye-catching to me. I love that, but I don't know. Like, I don't really know what the gameplay is going to be like. Because this is all cinematic, so yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Like I guess I'm on the fence for this one. I need to see how the game actually plays, not all this cinematic stuff. Like, is it third person? Is this like I don't know? It kind of looks like it might be.
It? Oh, I don't
know.
It's
like part like this looks like it might be third person. So
we'll see.
Possible. It's possible, right. And I like that you're playing with shadows and stuff. And I have enjoyed other games where you do that kind of thing. So yeah, so I'm on the fence right now. I want to know more about it, but this could be a possible win for me to want to play it.
All right, this is in the maybe pile. Shaddai, yes, no, maybe.
This is more of a wait and see, so that's a maybe for me. As we can see, it's light versus darkness and common sense. The character is going to use all the shadows in the assassin's favor. So as of right now, this is more of a maybe. Let's see how it goes.
All right, and this is a no for me. Pass. All right, let's move on. We still got lots of trailers. Jesus, so many games. Diablo 4 Necromancer got announced, but of course, Diablo 4 being the main game. Terri, are you going to play Diablo 4?
Yes, I definitely want to play Diablo 4. I really enjoyed 3. Mm-hmm. And I'm hoping because they were talking about how they were going to have more stuff to do for the end game. Because for me, Diablo, the biggest flaw of Diablo is end game. I usually play the campaign and then I stop playing. Mm-hmm. So I'm hoping they can, that this game is bigger and better because it looks fantastic. I want to play it, but the question of end game is the biggest factor for me. I have no interest in just grinding dungeons to grind dungeons after the campaign's finished. So they need to have something to keep me playing it. So, but this looks fantastic. I definitely want to do it.
All right. Shaddai, Diablo 4, are you in?
Never caught my attention. Diablo as a general.
All
so right. No, this is a hard no for me. Pass.
All right, and this is I'm in day 1 on Diablo 4. I've played all the Diablos, all the DLCs. Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls fixed every problem I had with Diablo 3 and gave us a new campaign, and it also introduced better, bigger dungeons for better, bigger loot. I grinded for hundreds of hours to get the specific loot I wanted to build my specific character. I was a monk, and man, I'll tell you what, I could clear mobs like there was no tomorrow. Exploding hands all the way. And that's the great thing about Diablo is that the replay loop is fun. It's fun to see your builds come to life after you get the equipment you need. And the best part about Diablo being Diablo, hopefully they don't change this with Diablo 4, is that you can do it all without paying. They just did it to did it. Now, Diablo Immortal, of course, is turning that on its head. You have to pay to get good, pay to win. But hopefully, if Diablo 4 is not pay to win and it's just game to win, I'm all in. I'm at least in for the campaign. Hopefully, as Terry said, the end game is better. I like how they added the world events where bosses will just pop up out of nowhere, and you gotta take them out. So yeah. Diablo 4, I'm all in. Gogo Paul says Monk rocks in Diablo 3. The console version is very good too. Absolutely. It's one of the best PC to console ports I've ever seen. And of course, Diablo 4 coming directly to Xbox this time. No year-long or 2-year-long releases. So we are going to be playing some Diablo here soon. All right. Yeah, let's move on. Sea of Thieves Season 7. Terry?
Oh.
Shaddai?
No.
And I'm not going in for Season 7. Sorry. Tall Tales me. Call me when you put out another Tall Tale. Let's see. Ravenlock. Terry, are you in on this one? This little indie game?
I don't know. It looks kind of cute. I think it would be one that I would definitely give a try. But it's definitely not something that's like high on my list to play. But it does look good. And now if they throw it on Game Pass, I think they might be throwing this. There's that bioluminescence, man. I'm such a sucker for bioluminescence. Okay, but
ooh, shiny.
Like I am a sap. See, look at that. Like, how can you not like bioluminescence? Is the coolest thing on the planet. All right, so yeah, Terry, I'm playing it.
Terry,
I just rewatched the trailer.
I have a question.
I'm sold. Bioluminescence. I'm sold. I'm playing it. It's like Alice in Wonderland, like trippiness though. It's like
it is. Yes. I have a question, a generic question for you, Terry.
All right.
When your husband gets the little laser pointer out for the cat, does the cat chase it or do you chase it?
the cat. I mean, I have no interest in the laser, but like, it's just it's just bioluminescence is like it's such a cool. Like, if you stop and think about it, like it's one of the coolest things that we have in nature. Like it's so freaking. It's like. Could you imagine if you could glow in the freaking dark without taking like chemicals or something? Like that's freaking cool. So no, yeah, I'm in. Like I thought about it, and they showed me the bioluminescence again, and like I said, I'm a sucker for that, and there's a lot of it, and so yeah, I'm sold. I'm in. They got me. They got
her. They hooked her. All right, Shaddai, are you also gonna follow the light with Terri?
Look at that! Look at that! You can just stay there all day, man. You just stay there.
Look, I'm illuminescent too. Look, with all this shirt. But actually, yes, I am interested on this game. It's very unique, in a lot of ways. So I am actually looking forward to it for this one. It's very creative, though. It's like I don't know. It's like a pixelated 3D. I don't know how to say it. It just like, man, that's like Mario in 3D, or the NES version. So yeah, so I'm in for this, but not because it's very bright though.
I don't know. It's like this weird, like you take Alice in Wonderland, right, and then you make it extra like messed up, like something that what's that freaking.
You're talking about Alice in Wonderland, the
director that has like a hard on for Johnny Depp. What's his name?
Oh, shoot. He's in all these movies.
Literally, yes. No.
Tim Burton.
So yeah, if you take like Tim Burton, like his wonkiness, and you throw it in, that's literally what I see. And I'm normally not a fan of like Tim Burton stuff, but like the bioluminescence is like I can't say no to bioluminescence, so yeah, I gotta play it.
All right. GoGo Paul says that creepy bioluminescent fish is weird, like a lantern over its head. That's what makes it so cool, though, in my book. He's talking about the fish,
I just couldn't get over. I was looking at the one guard as you're walking down like towards like the throne with the giant caterpillar beast, and I'm pretty sure like the one guard looked like a Cheez-It. like a Cheez-It. Cheez-It.
All right.
She's hungry.
Hey, look at their crackers, man. They're crackers. Look at that. It's funny. Okay, anyways, yeah. But yeah,
that's cool. Ravenlock is a hard pass. I'm just not interested. It might change, but I'm just not interested.
It's Game Pass, man. So yeah, I gotta play it.
All right. Up next, we have Cocoon. Cocoon was. Let's see if I can get to the gameplay here. Oh yeah, so it's a puzzle game. It's a puzzle game from the person who made Inside and the other game. What's the other game they made? Limbo. So this is they've been making this game for 10 years. So he always has intelligent puzzles in his games. Terri, are you in on Cocoon?
I don't know, like I don't know, like I never really got into Inside and Limbo. They weren't for me, but I don't know, like this one is different because Inside and Limbo were very dark.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems like they clearly that right now as I say dark, they made it dark, but like you know what I mean? Like I don't know, it seems like they're kind of branching out from what they normally do. So this could be something that I might play. I do love puzzle games. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna put it in the maybe pile because if they branch out enough away from what Inside was, I could get down with having some fun.
All right, well there you go. Shaddai, are you in on Cocoon?
I like the movie, but not the game, so right. That's a pass.
That's a pass. All right, and I love Inside and Limbo. I love those games. They're among some of my favorite indie games that I have ever played, puzzle-wise anyway, because they had intelligent puzzles, as I call them, right? You couldn't just randomly do stuff and figure it out. You actually had to think about it. At least I did. I don't know. Maybe I'm just stupid at puzzles, but I had to think about it, right? And, Cocoon made by this guy, and it's a puzzle game using the little, you're a moth and you're drawn to the light, and the fact that you go worlds within worlds within worlds, I'm in. So yeah, I'm into Cocoon. I'm definitely gonna play it, and we'll see. Hopefully, I'm not let down, and I don't think I will be let down. So yeah, So Jago Coogan is with Shaddai, saying, "I'd rather watch the '80s movies by the same name." So there you go. He liked the movie, but not the
See
game.
what I mean? Yeah,
Yeah.
the movie, but not the game.
That's right. And Princess Zelda is in the same
Zelda
boat.
too. Yay!
So there you
Finally,
go.
I got backup. Usually, I get criticized.
All right. Now this game is actually pronounced. Let me see if I can say it like my wife said. Wulong. Wulong. So Wulong. Fantastic looking game. Fallen Dynasty. Terry, are you in on this hack and slash looking game?
It looks very well done. I'm not gonna knock it. It's just it doesn't look like it's my style of game. It does look cool. It's just
All right. And I think Shaddai is talking to his boss. So we're gonna move on to me for a minute.
No, it's my coworker. There's no boss in here. It's my coworker. But I heard what it was. Low Wank. That's for me.
Wulong.
It's huge. Wulong, long one. What?
Wulong.
You know what I mean. Wulong. Okay, Wulong. No, that's actually. I really got hype for this game because anything.
How do you say it?
Oh,
Say it. Come here. Come in. Say it into the mic.
Wulong.
Wulong. There you go.
Wulong. See.
Wulong. Yeah, sorry. Wulong. Sorry, I'm using the.
You gotta make long.
I
Let's
gotta
put
put
it this
long
way.
low on the Wulong. All right, there we go.
See?
All right, so are you playing Wulong, Shaddai?
Wulong. See, you were talking to your boss too.
I was. I
Yeah,
was
actually,
telling my
this
boss.
is
No
a
facts.
yes for me.
Facts.
This is a hard yes for me. Anything that is samurai, I'm all in. Especially with Tim Ninja. What is it? Tecmo
Team
Koei?
Ninja. Yeah, Tecmo Team Ninja.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yep, Tim Ninja. I'm all in for that one. I like Ninja. Ninja Gaiden. I like Neo, Sekiro, the works. And this one, I'm all in. No questions asked. I'm all in for this one.
All right.
But I hope
also-
it's not like Dynasty Warriors though, because that I will back out.
I will back out. I love it. All right. So I am all in on Wulong. Wulong. I'm all in. So it looks awesome. It looks like it has a great gameplay, great fast action RPG or action game. I don't know if it's an action RPG or an RPG or just a straight up hack and slash. I don't care.
I think this is more towards Neo wise, like that.
All right. So let's check in with the chat. Come here. All right, so let's check in with the chat on what they say. Jago Kukin says this game looks dope. Definitely excited to play it.
Yeah.
Logo Paul says lo mein. Douglas says yes, that's how to say it. Get it right, Axel. Sorry. Shout out to Lethal Terminus who jumps in. Lethal, thank you so much for stopping in. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe and share this out. It helps us out a lot. I appreciate it. One more time, baby. How do you say the game?
Wulong.
Wulong. There you go. Wulong. I'm dead. Oh my God. There you go. I'm gonna die with this game. All right. So there you go. Persona Atlas is finally breaking that love relationship it has with the other consoles and giving us the mainline games. We're getting Persona 3 Personal. Persona 3 Portable, Persona 4. What is Persona 4? Persona 4.
Isn't it battle something?
I don't know what it's called. Persona 4 something, and Persona 5 Royale. Which are Terry? Are you in on these JRPGs?
No, I've never been a fan of Persona, so that's another one that I'm hard passing.
Hard passing. All right. Shaddai, JRPGs. Are you
hard pass? Never caught my attention. Persona either.
And you're the JRPG guy?
Yeah. There you go. Persona 4 Golden. That's what
this
it is. Persona 4
is
Golden.
one of the first time I'm like, really? This is like oh my God. I had a game on my mind, but I can't remember. But
that's enough from Shaddai. He is no longer allowed to speak on Persona. No, I'm just kidding, Shaddai. I'm just kidding.
I know.
So, Persona, if you follow Persona, they came out of Shin Megami Tensei as an off-spin. If you play Shin Megami Tensei, which I did, obviously, because I know this kind of stupid stuff. It's an offshoot of Shin Megami Tensei. It got so big and so popular that they decided to give it its own thing. I have a lot of interest on Persona, especially Persona 5. It's one of the games that I was really upset that it never came to Xbox, and it's finally coming. So I know I'm going to spend over 100 hours on Persona 5 because that's just the way Shin Megami Tensei games are. They're hours and hours and hours. If you're going to 1,000% or 1,000 gamer score a Persona game, you're going to be playing for 5 years. So I'm not going to be going for the achievement score. I'm going straight through the story and anything else that might interest me, which it's all ridiculousness. So yeah, I'm all in on this one. I'm gonna play this.
It was like, what is it called? Kill something, Kill 3, whatever. It's like a hack and slash game. I forgot, man, that it was so gory. True Kill, whatever that's called.
Yeah. So
I can't remember.
Persona coming back. Everybody's favorite character right there, Joker. So it's coming home to the Xbox. That's right, I said it. It's coming home to the Xbox. Jago Kugan, Shin Mama, what? Shin Megami Tensei. So yeah, Shin Megami Tensei, of course, is a Nintendo property, or almost exclusive only to Nintendo, almost. But you can't find it outside. So yeah. All right, moving on. Here we go. Starfield, we already spoke about. So that's going to close the showcase, guys. So there you go, guys. We have covered every game in the showcase on this extra long episode of Good Morning Xbox. Shout out real quick to AssassinLupa. We know that she is recovering from a stroke. So, send thoughts and prayers to AssassinLupa. She's fantastic. She's been a great help to this channel and to this community. One of the most lovely ladies you will ever run into. Be sure to send her your support on Twitter or however you can get a hold of her. So yeah, well, shout out to AssassinLupa. We hope to see her back here with the Good Morning Xbox crew sometime in the future. But take your time focusing on number one there, AssassinLupa. Get better and come back whenever you're ready. But with all that being said, guys, overall the show, Terry, give us your overall thoughts on the Xbox and Bethesda Games Showcase.
All right. I know everybody's going to disagree, but like I said, I have to base it off of what they showed for me. And since majority of the games weren't things that were geared towards me as a gamer, I'm going to have to say that it was not good, at least for me. If I have to give it a rating or something, I would probably give it like a 3 or a 4. I am happy. I am happy with the way that they did it, because one of the biggest things people have been preaching for years is how we want to see more games and less talking, and they delivered that. So I am so pleased that they did that, and I want to see them continue to do that. It's just, unfortunately, the majority of the genres that they have games coming for at this time that they were showing off were not genres that I play. There were some games that I'm interested in, but yeah, there wasn't anything that got me crazy hyped or anything like that. So I'm gonna have to give it a low rating. Mm-hmm. But I can also understand that if I look at it from outside of what I play, I could easily see it being an 8, just because they had a lot of games to show, and it was very well done. It's just, and they had some really big titles that they showed off. It's just like, so I could see it easily being an 8 for everybody else, but it's a 3 for me because there was very little for me.
All right, well, there you go. And as Jacob Kukin puts it here, he says, gaming is a selfish hobby. Zero need to apologize, Terry. Absolutely. It is a hobby. You don't need to justify your hobby to anybody. We just love talking about it. Shaddai. And great thoughts, Terry. And once again, Splendifer is giving some love out to Lupa. AssassinLupa, be sure to send her some love. Shaddai, where do you stand on the show overall?
Well, actually, I am not standing. I'm actually sitting down, so I can't stand. So I give it a 6 out of 10 because too many indies in a showcase that is titled Xbox Bethesda. So that's a 6. It could go probably down to a 5. But other than that, there were some strong showings there with Wulong and and Pentiment and all that. So there's some games there that saved it, but other than that, I'm gonna stick with the 6 out of 10. It should have been better than that. They should know better. Even though if it was just an experiment, but at the end of the day, you guys are professionals. It should have been you should have know which one that people wanted it to see, and if you have two shows, you know how to split them. But other than that, that's just me. But other than that, 6 out of 10.
All right. Well, there you go. Thoughts from Shaddai. All right. My closing thoughts on the show. So I liked the 12-month format. Even though I was caught off guard, the more I think about it, the more I think it's a smart move by Xbox. They're trying to drive Game Pass subscriptions. And if you're trying to drive Game Pass subscriptions, you got to show people what they can play in the near to immediate future. And showing games 3, 4, 5 years out, I don't think it's going to be the driving factor to Game Pass. People are in the "what have you done for me lately" camp. We're in the era of instant satisfaction. So for me, I think it's a smart move business-wise. Gamer-wise, I want to see more. I do love the gameplay aspect of it all. I hope they don't change that at all. I love the gameplay, the mix of cinematic with gameplay. It's the way I want to see my shows from here on out. Definitely don't change that at all, Xbox. And they showed a lot of games that were for me. Whether they be big time AAA games or indie games, I love them all. I'm not exclusive to any art style. I'm not exclusive to any game style. I'm not exclusive to any budget. A game is a game, and I've loved playing simple. I've enjoyed playing simple games all the way up to the most complex System 4X strategy games there is that I literally need to study to get good at them. So I love all the games that they showed. Not all of them, obviously I didn't. You saw the ones I loved. But they did show a lot of games that interested me, and especially Starfield closing the show. I thought that was fantastic. It got me even more hyped for Starfield. Xbox first party with Forza Motorsport, that showcase, they just stole the show again. That was to me, that was the game of the show. Diablo 4, hyped for that, and especially knowing that Diablo 4 is going to be coming over to the Xbox family soon and be part of Game Pass. So I got to see a lot of good stuff and indies galore. I have no problem with indies. I don't think there's such a thing as, oh, this game is too small for this show. That's just something that I don't agree with. I was going to say it's a bunch of crap, but everybody has their own opinion. I just don't agree with that sentiment. And I think it is important for Xbox to give these indies the big stage, because you never know when an indie is going to blow up and be very successful. So shout out to Xbox on the show. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10, easy 8 out of 10 for me. I think that's a fair score from someone who enjoyed the score. I don't think it was as good as last year's show, because last year's show was dang near perfection. But this year, it was definitely still good for me, as for the types of games I enjoy. And with all that being said, guys, be sure to follow us everywhere we go. As always, guys, that's going to do it for the show, this very long show, 3-hour show. As always, guys, thank you so much for joining us. You could have spent your Sunday morning doing anything else, but you chose to spend it here with us. And that's why you guys will always be the MVPs to any of the shows we do, or at least I do. So thank you so much for spending your time with us. Shaddai, let the people know where they can find you.
Other than work here, because this is the first time I'm doing it at work, but other than that, people can find me at Eternal Shaddai at Twitter, also on the Xbox consoles, and also ETE, just in case, is abbreviated for Eternal ETE Shaddai, actually streaming Ninja Turtles on Twitch, so you can find me there.
All right, there you go. Terri, let the people know where they can find you.
All right, everybody, go ahead and look for me on Twitter at Coolcat_Terri. Otherwise, you can find me everywhere else as CoolcatTerri, like you see it on the screen. I am on Twitch. You can catch me there on Monday through Wednesday, 6 p.m. Eastern time to usually around 10 p.m. Check all that out. Check out my Instagram if you want to see more of my IRL stuff. I post things that have to do with like my car and like just things that I enjoy doing in real life. Which is a lot more personal. So, check all that stuff out.
All right, guys, awesome. And of course, all the links to everybody in the panel is in the description below. I'm Axel1324. Thank you so much for coming in, guys. You can find me on Twitter and on Xbox at Axel1324, just like you see it. You can find me here on YouTube. Obviously, you already found me, Axel1324 Gaming. I also am the host of the Iconic Video Games Podcast, Friday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern. Be sure to come in. No consoles, no services, just games, and we do get multi-plat there. We talk about all the games, even mobile games, guys. So be sure to come in and check us out. And with that being said, thank you so much for being here, guys. From the Good Morning Xbox crew to you guys, happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. We'll catch you guys next week. Bye, everybody.
Bye.